All right. Looks like we are in business. If you can hear me, and if I sound okay, hit that number 1. Very good, very good. Bruce, Iraq, or Iraj, Brian, Jim, Kyle, James, Mo, Cherry, Prince, Joseph. All right, we are in business. We are a fully operational battle station, it looks like. Red Tiger, very good, very good. Hopefully you had a nice Easter week. I did, Brian. Yeah, hopefully you did too. Had some, went to church, had our neighbor over for some ham, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole. Took a nice nap. It was a good Easter. Good Easter. Hopefully the same to all of you. I guess European markets or some European markets. Is anybody in Europe? Your markets are closed for Easter today. Sounds like a good trade is coming. Oh, I don't know. I guess right here, maybe. Thank you for bringing that. The trend line is there, I suppose. I'm not taking this short. I'd like to see it consolidate out a little bit before breaking down. But yeah, Kyle, good eye. I don't know. Maybe that is that a short right there. Potentially. Hope everyone had a nice holiday week, and thanks, James. That's very kind of you. I think I said cherry tots. Yeah, but yeah, how was everybody's Easter weekend? 3-day weekend with markets being closed on Friday for Good Friday. Did a couple streams. Did a stream on Friday. Did a stream on, well, Sunday's nothing new, but yeah, it was some good streams over the weekend. Okay, here we go. I don't know. Or do you play that? Do you play the bounce here? That's too scary to short. Too scary to short. I would be interested though if this, like I said, wants to go sideways here a little bit and then break. Because by doing that, it would give me a better risk profile. Because right now it seems as though the stop would have to be up here. But if it can go sideways and then break down, I can put my stop right there, which is a much tighter stop. So let's see how this continues to develop here. And where it wants to potentially give me a stop at. So on this bounce here, I don't mind it. But the higher up it goes, the larger my risk profile becomes. So if this breaks up through 40, I'd pass on it because I don't really want to risk any more than what, that would be right there. Not a single person is going to tell me how their Easter weekend went. Was it really that bad? Come on now. As a reminder, if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy all this, hit that like button. If this is your first time here, welcome. It's great to have you. Do not hit the like button because I totally understand. You have no idea if you're going to like this, but if you know that you are going to enjoy and like, reminder to hit that like button. Jim had some nice prime rib. Fantastic. Jackson didn't do much. Bruce, wonderful. Time with family is good. Agreed. Jim talked with some nice friends at church. I'm glad that you have nice friends, Jim. That's always... Oh, you dirty dog. Well, in hindsight, I suppose I can, hindsight bias, hindsight confirmation bias, this whole thing. Well, Clay, you got the bounce up. You got your stop right there. You could have taken it when it came back down. So, yeah, I guess in hindsight, that's how I could rationalize it. But as I was describing to all of you, I wanted to see it go sideways for at least, 1 or 2 candles. But this all happened in the same candle. So, for me, didn't quite set up the way I wanted it to. But, like I said, now that I have hindsight in my favor, I suppose I could rationalize it. Price came up, gave me a stop right there, came back down. I could have shorted with a stop that I was okay with. But that's all traded in hindsight, which I don't know about you, but I'm really good at rationalizing how I could have taken something as soon as I know how it all played out. Plans rained out. Yeah, we had rain here too in Iowa all day, just a steady rain. Hopefully that was good for the farmers though. I think the heavy downpours are maybe not so good because it can wash things out. But yesterday's rain was like slow and steady pretty much the whole day. My Easter was good. I had fun at church. I hope you had a great Easter. I did have a great Easter. Thank you, Kevin. James, mine was nice. It was my 3-month-old's first trip to a restaurant. All right. What restaurant did you go to, and how did your 3-month-old do? And what did your 3-month-old order? The T-bone steak? Now back test. Yeah, maybe a back test and go. Good eye, Red Tiger. Favorite pattern around here? Will it come back up here, back test the former breakup point, and then go? I've had, well, I think I'll have a decent day, but we need to do a little housekeeping here that I want to do on the live stream. But I also had a rough day, in some senses. There was a casualty. I'll just keep it at that. I'll wait for a few more viewers to get here, and then I'll kind of go over my day because there's some learning lessons. But yeah, I mean, assuming I don't screw up something that I need to do, then it'll be fine. It'll be fine, but not a maximally efficient day. Was great. Drove 8 hours to visit friends in Cincinnati. Cool. From where? Where did you have to drive that was 8 hours away from Cincinnati? That's quite the drive. They must be good friends if you're willing to drive 8 hours. That's good stuff. Look at that like button at 16 already. All right. We're off to a strong start. All right. Now we have the question for longs. Are we looking at a double bottom here? So right here, and if it hits right here, that's the question because we already have the first bottom. Will this be bottom number 2? So if you're telling me you're going long here with a relatively tight stop, I would not call you crazy. Now I don't necessarily feel totally comfortable doing that, but I see the logic, and that's why risk management matters because nothing's guaranteed. But I see where you're going with that. I can see you thinking that you could get maybe some sort of double bottom. You got a nice tight risk versus reward. So anybody that's going long down here, again, I would not call you crazy. I see the logic, and that's what I always say. As long as there's some logic, that's the goal. If you're like, I don't know why I'm doing this, I'm just doing it because whatever. It's like, okay, well, that's not really trading. That's just random gambling. But if you're to explain to me, I'm going long here because I think there's a potential for a double bottom. I've seen buyers down here before, so I think those same buyers might be down here again, but I have a nice tight risk profile. Hey, I get it. That's some thought process. That's some logic behind there. So I'm not going to join you on that trade, but by no means would I call you some sort of degenerate gambler or anything like that. I see the logic. You're from the Philly area. All right, yeah. All the way across Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a long state. And if I'm remembering right, yeah, Pittsburgh is near Ohio on the the western side of the state, and then Philadelphia is basically like, aren't you in whatever that next state over is? If I remember my Pennsylvania geography as I should. Well, I don't know. Should I know Pennsylvania geography? All right, longs. Now, I don't know if I'm willing to say it's a winning trade because I don't know if you're a scalper, if you're looking for more of a move. But if you're a scalper, got to think those scalpers are getting pretty close to at least a winning trade. Jeff, good morning. The restaurant was Basil Leaf. Cannot say I've heard of that one. Nice Italian restaurant. Surprisingly, he did very well. Good job. No steak. We're not made of money, Clay. Come on, you got to give your kid whatever your kid wants. That's the key to parenting. Whatever your kid wants, you give it to him immediately. Nice job, longs. Congrats. Now the scalpers are probably regretting some things. There's the back test actually. So we do have a potential back test and go maybe, or the longs just going to keep getting paid. Either way, longs, congratulations, particularly those longs that chose not to scalp but chose to let it try to work for him some more. Congrats. Well done. Well done. I now regret I should have taken that trade alongside of you, but for anybody that did do that, good job. And there's the back test with a bit of a rejection. Does it roll back over now? That's the key. Hope you had a yes, my Easter was very nice. Same to you, Frank. Hope yours was very blessed. Also, yeah, Philly, it's East Coast PA. Yes, Cincinnati is West Coast Ohio. I guess Cincinnati is pretty much West Coast. Yeah, that's true. I grew up in Toledo area, but that's northwest part of the state. Graduated from the Ohio State University, so that's central part of the state. during my college visit. So I remember visiting OU, Ohio University, which is in Athens, which is like south, well, basically Kentucky. Like there's a city in Ohio called South Point, and it's the most furthest south point. And I remember Little League baseball. We'd always have like the state tournament. So like, you know, you're literally like you see the Little League World Series. So part of that operation. So then every season they'd pick out, you know, they'd put together their teams, who's going to represent the city. So I still remember South Point was always in like the state tournament. And talk about farm boys. Holy smokes. These I mean these kids were shaving. These kids these kids pretty much had driver. I mean they were just big old farm boys, but I could not understand them. They were speaking English, and I did not know that people from Ohio spoke that way. But yeah, when you look at the city of South Point, Ohio, it is like almost southern Kentucky with the way the geography of Ohio is. But yeah, those southern boys, woo! They know they'd hit that because Little League was 200 feet. 200 feet fences. Man, they were hitting things like 300. Oh man, big old farm boys. Are you going to try copy trading? Literally can have 5 times earnings every. Yeah, I'll eventually get to copy trading. I am in zero rush though. I am in zero rush within my prop firm Pam's Plant journey. I'm just going slow by slow. That's not a saying. Slow by slow. I'm just taking it slow is what I'm saying. But yeah, I'd eventually like to get there. All right. Well, congratulations to anybody that played that bounce. So I want to go over. Well, let's first just get some housekeeping out of the way, and let me just set up what I need to do here because it's also an educational lesson. So I'm doing, and I'm going to go through this very quickly. If there's questions, feel free to ask. But I am doing, and what I would recommend from the day trading standpoint. Whoops. There we go. I am doing Pam's Plant, which is just an argument for day traders to day trade futures through a prop firm. So that's where this is all coming from. So what I need to do today, though, and what is part of it all, whoops, probably should have had just this prepared, but give me 1 second here. Let's see. So part of prop trading is you need to first, pass a test. You need to prove yourself as a trader. And then once you do that, you are able to be moved into what's called a pro account or a funded account. All prop firms call them different things. And in that account, once you start making money, then you can start to request it and all that. But first, you do have to pass a test. You've got to be able to prove yourself. So let me bring this over here. So let's see. Let's make sure this is on the screen. Okay. So the way it works is on this prop firm, again, I'll give a little context. You've got to you start in the test, and then you've got to move to the pro. So how do you pass the test? Good question. So what you're going to see here, and what I have to do, and I'm going to do it all live just to show you. But for the 50,000 purchasing power account, you've got to be able to make 3,000, not allowed to lose 2,000. You can take as long as you want. I always say pass the test within a month so that you don't have to pay this monthly fee again. So it would just be that one-time payment. And then the nice thing is after you pass and after you get into this pro account right here, there's no more monthly fee. So that's the only monthly fee is during the test phase, and within a month is plenty of time. One of the things, though, as part of this is you've got to go at least 5 days. You've got to have 5 days worth of trade data as part of the test. That way you can't go out there and YOLO or anything like that. So 5 days minimum. Take as long as you want, but 5 days minimum. So what we have here and what I need to do is on this account, you can see that my target, which I was just showing you on the 50,000, is 3,000. I'm actually already at 3,027. So I technically hit the profit target. The thing that I have not yet accomplished is it's got to go at least 5 days. So I think I hit the target on this one in how many days? Let's see. So here's my journey. First day was actually a red day. And then there. Okay. So it took me, I guess, 4 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It took me to get up over 3,000. But again, it's got to be a minimum of 5 days with this prop firm. So what I need to do now is I still need to log a 5th day. And if you use Take Profit Trader, who's what you're using, or other prop firms, maybe you've heard of people that trade prop firms and they say, well, I got to do a flip day. Well, what is a flip day? A flip day is what you're going to witness me do. It's very anticlimactic. It's going to take all of 1 second, but you've got to log a trade because as of right now, I've technically only done 4 days of the test. So I need to do 5 days, but the 5th day, it doesn't matter. Well, it matters. I just can't lose more than $27 on this trade because if I lose more than 27, then I'm back below 3,000. So therefore I haven't passed. But by doing a flip trade, you're going to be able to take a very, very low risk trade. Maybe you'll make a couple bucks. Maybe you'll lose a couple bucks, assuming you do it right. So that's what I need to do right now. And that's what I'm going to do is just get this flip trade out of the way, which would then put me at day 5. And then I've passed. And then this account would go from right now the test into that pro category. So that is what's going on here when I say I've got to do a flip day and why with some broker or prop firms, you'll have to do flip days. So that is the background context there. So now let's get this flip day completed. Let's see. I got to change to that account, which is, oh, not that one. Not that one. We'll talk about that one in a minute. This one. Okay. So flip day. What you want to do for a flip day is we just got to lock in a trade. So for those of you that are not yet to a flip day yet, if you've just begun your PAMS plant journey with futures in a prop firm, you're going to want to do this. You're going to want to, at least the way I do it, but you want to do some sort of micro, meaning make sure you're doing something with an M in front of it. I will be doing the MNQ. Do not do the NQ because that one is very, very much more volatile. So we're just trying to log a trade in the most low risk way as possible. So we want to do the MNQ. Next thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're just doing one contract. Again, it makes no sense here to do anything other because any gains you gain, it doesn't matter because we're just passing the test and we've already surpassed it as I've showed you. We just don't want to drop down below it. So all I'm going to do, and this is how I would say consider doing a flip day for yourself, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy the market and then immediately sell the market. So I'm going to click there, and then hopefully I don't lose more than $27. That's all I care about. I just don't want to lose more than $27 on this trade. And after doing so, that will make it an official trade. Maybe I should just short here. Yeah. Since we're kind of coming down, I'll sell the market. So I'm going to click there and then click there immediately. All right. Are we ready? Here I'm on the NQ. I am on the NQ, Force Fed. Thank you, good sir. I'm glad I looked over here. Force Fed. Thank you. All right. So there's another learning lesson. Make sure, because I do both the NQ and MNQ, and that's what these tabs are up here. I was actually on the NQ, which is what I was just telling you don't want to do. But Force Fed, thank you, was like, hey, you're on the NQ, moron. Yep. So, all right, let's move over to the MNQ. There we go. MNQ. Step 1, click there, and then immediately click buy market. And we don't want to see a loss of more than $27. So here we go. Yeah, it's coming down. Ready? Here we go. There we go. All right. See how anticlimactic that was? So lost $2 on it, but now that was my 5th day. So I've now traded 5 days. Wait till tomorrow, and that account will now be moved into that pro column. So the monthly fee goes away. And now within that, when you start to be able to make money and so on, you will be able to, or I will be able to now start to withdraw money from it as soon as I activate it into a pro account. You don't have to activate it right away if you don't want to, if you just want to let it sit there. But point being is now that account is eligible. So actually, let me get off of this so I don't accidentally make a trade on it. There we go. So this is another just a test account that I'm working on passing. I started this on Friday, the live stream account, took some trades, but I did mention that today was okay, but we need to talk about some things here. And again, illustrates the power of what I'm doing here. But let's go here. And you'll notice down here, a loss of, let's just call it $5,000. So I did take a loss of $5,000. And that was an account that was completely lost. So let me walk you through that. But here's a little spoiler. Power of PAM's plant. Out of my pocket, I did not lose $5,000. But trading-wise, I lost $5,000 on that one. So how did that occur? Well, this morning, we had, and it doesn't look nearly as violent as it. Okay, here we go. This helps out a little bit. So this morning, the day started off came up. I was like, okay, all right, looking kind of strong. Then it came down. I thought, okay, good. I'm not going to buy a pair that's chasing. That did not feel right from the long side, but it did seem strong in my opinion. So the price pulled back, and then it came back to this area right here, and you had the purple line, you had the green line, the 50-period moving average is a 21 EMA, both of those at the same area, and I thought, wow, Clay, good job. Good job, boy. Good job being patient. Good job waiting for it to pull back, and not only pulling back, good job waiting for it to pull back to some very valid areas. And you know what, Clay? This seems to be quite strong. This seems to be a great entry point, but check out down here, Clay. Look at this. Down here, you have all these buyers that were hanging out. All these buyers that were hanging out. So even if this thing comes down some more, pick up, do a little position building. I mean, you have a ton of buyers that were down around this area right below, but at least if you pick up some here and then you get the bounce right away, you're still going to be able to make some money. Now, you won't make as much money as if it comes down here and then bounces, but at least you'll make some money. So that's what I was thinking, and I thought that was a good trade plan. I would still argue it was based on the patterns of the chart, but you can see that as I bought this thing, and did this move get anybody else that was playing this long? I don't know. Maybe I was the only person that got their world rocked. But this thing just snapped all the way down here. So yes, I did build. I was feeling great, and then poof, that moved down there. And I don't know, but at some point down here, the loss reached right around that 5,000 mark, which caused me to quote unquote blow up the account, lose the account, and then of course you can see what happened. So if you've been here before, hey, I'm part of that club too. Took me out and then snapped right back up to actually a little bit above my entry point right there, which would have been a very nicely green trade because, as I built my position, my average price came down. So that right there, no, I'm not saying I would have played it perfectly, but what I am saying is that would have, this trade as a snap back up would have pushed me very, very nicely into the green because I had a bigger position size. Problem is that move down was just so violent and quite frankly so big that the way that the rules were set up in the prop firm could not handle it. And it liquidated me, and with the $5,000 loss. So here's the power, though, of Pam's plant, is that how you have added risk control, because as I was talking about, well, I didn't actually lose $5,000 of my, so if this was you that took that trade, you would not have lost $5,000 out of your pocket because there's that added risk control that's part of a prop firm. And in this situation, it's how you protect your own money. So again, let's say that you were doing what I was doing and you had come and you had gotten, because this was on a 150K account, so you had gone and you had, done 250 to get this account. Well, part of that phase of needing to pass is you're not allowed to lose more than 4,500. Now the profit goal is 9,000. I had, and I don't know, maybe this had something to do with it. I passed 2 of these in a row, so I was going for my 3rd in a row of this one. So maybe I was a little cocky, but I don't think so. I think that was a good setup. I mean, it's easy now maybe to critique it with hindsight, but at the time I was feeling really good. Pullback, got all the support, let's go. So I don't think it was me being cocky. I think it was that was just a nasty, nasty move. But regardless, you're allowed to lose 4,500. So as you saw there, I lost $5,000, which did mean that as far as this account is concerned, if it were you doing that, well then yeah, you lost the account. You can always get the account back for $100. That's what's nice is if you want to try again, it's not 252 again, it's 100. But point being is, you would have lost the account. However, yes, the account as you showed there, if this was you, it would have shown a loss of basically $5,000, but that would not have been $5,000 out of your pocket. It would only have been the cost of the account, which was $250. And that's the argument of Pam's plant is, yeah, nasty moves like that happen. You can have moves where you feel really good about them, and then, whoa, that was nasty. Again, especially when it went back up. I mean, what's up with that? But you know what? That happens as traders. So yes, it would have cost you the account, but did it actually cost you the $5,000? No, that $5,000 means you violated the rule, meaning you lost the account. But how much did it cost you out of your pocket? Well, only the $252. Now, very quickly, if you're wondering, it's a valid concern. Clay, these prop firms seem like a scam. How can they make any money if they only take in from you $250, yet they're going to let you lose over $4,500? How does that make any sense? Well, this is all occurring in a simulated environment. So the losses there aren't actually real in the sense of they're coming out of anybody's pocket. Because again, it's a test phase. They're trying to figure things out. Same is true for, because I've had some people angry, wait, so you make $9,000 and then you don't get to keep any of it during the test phase. All they do is say, okay, now you can go to the pro phase. Well, what kind of scam is that? I get that. That would be kind of sketchy if you make 9,000 and then you don't get to keep any of it. But no, again, it's a simulated environment. So there's no 9,000 being made on the other side of the equation there. So that is what I would argue very, very beneficial thing, because I can only speak for myself, but the question becomes, on those nasty moves, would you rather, because if somebody was trading that move in futures with their own money, guess what? I mean, that move cost them 5,000, maybe even more. But in this situation, yes, it cost me the account. It would have cost you the account, but would it have cost you all 4,500? No, it would have cost you just the cost of the account, which was $250. So that is what happened to me. Never a pleasant experience, but I will say that the fact that that happened in a prop firm makes me feel a lot better about it. And I think, also illustrates just kind of the power of Pam's plant and how, it can work. And then let me just show you how crazy today was also. So this morning, if this also got you, so, because this is funny too, but here we go. So I alerted, so in the private community, you can see the trend line right there. So right here, I had alerted this. I was saying, hey, is this a flush point trend line? And at the moment I sent that alert, this is what it was looking like. So we also have a lesson here about why it's probably important or probably a good idea to maybe wait for some sort of confirmation, wait for it to break the trend line. Because I had posted this chart when it looked like that, which is looking pretty bearish at that exact moment in time. However, what happened, and you can see down here, then I put, so spoiler alert, I put down here, wow, never mind, LOL, because I couldn't have been, I kid you not, like 2 or 3 seconds after I posted that, then you can see that, where'd that candle go? Yeah, that candle turned into this huge green one, a massive spike, a huge spike. So I could see that have probably taken out some shorts right there, because when I posted it, that was looking quite bearish. Then all of a sudden, boom, it shot up like that. And then what happened? Then it rolled back down, and then it broke the trend line, and then that's when this massive flush happened. But before that massive flush happened, you had that big old spike, which I can see scaring some people out of, I'm not going to take that as a short side. I'm not going to take this break, because is this thing all of a sudden going to shoot back up there? So I don't think there is as many shorts that really took that as probably would have had that big spike candle not occurred beforehand. So a very, very tricky morning. So if any of these moves got you, I get you, because that was crazy to have posted that candle when it was looking so bearish, and then a couple seconds later, that was just boom, up it went. And I can see that, like I said, knocking out shorts and also freaking out. And think about the longs. Any longs that were playing that, here we go. I hope they had a stop loss, because that thing totally rolled back over on them. So just a pretty tricky morning. Now this account, I've been doing good with it so far. But yes, so that is kind of a breakdown of the morning, and one where, if you had a difficult morning, I get it. That was some relatively tricky price action this morning. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just welcome to the club. Lot of jumps here and there that I could see very, very realistically, fooling some people. So that's the breakdown of how things went for me this morning. And, we'll see what else we can find. Morning Clay up 377 now, but fighting vertigo. Oh, well, better take a seat. We don't want to be trading while you're fighting vertigo. How can you add custom time frames like the 2-minute? You come up here to the time period, and then down there to custom time. And then on custom time, you can do whatever time frame you want. Morning. Yes, I did go long and build and worsen, but ended up only losing about 350. Well, hey, good job, Frank. You managed it better than I did. Grand Rising, same to you. What EMAs are you using? I'm only using the 21 EMA. That green line is a 21 EMA. Everything else is simple moving averages. John, if you pay to reset the account, do you repeat the test phase? Yes, yeah, that's what you're trying again. Yep. So the $100 that would pay to try to quote unquote try again would be the $100. Whoa! Here we go again. That's what just very, very jumpy day. Get rid of that one. So that's how my day went. And yeah. Let's make a run up to 50 likes on this. We're doing well, but if you have not yet hit that like button, make sure you do that. This stream, I kind of go, are people interested? And I gauge interest via likes and super chat. So if you are liking, if you want the stream to continue, just hit that like button. That's an easy way for me to just figure out whether or not this is valuable or not to people. But so yes, if you had a rough morning, like I said, did any of those moves get any of you? Like whether it was the pullback that I thought was a great pullback that dumped and then snapped back up. Did that one get you, or did any of the other moves get you this morning? Hopefully, I'm not the only person that was on the struggle bus this morning. So I think this will still be an interesting level to watch. Right here, I mean, an area of support. Yes, the price broke through it, but I'm going to keep an eye on that area right there. So I've done okay trading. Like I said, after that one was just a nasty move. And, then the market, I would say, I started to navigate a little bit better. And, so right here is fine. But so on the day, I now have lost an account, but I also passed an account. So that's good, especially with Take Profit Trader. Take Profit Trader, passing the test are a little bit of a bigger deal because you can start to get paid right away in the pro accounts, whereas other prop firms, which it doesn't make other prop firms a scam or anything like that. But a lot of other prop firms, just because you get into their pro accounts or their funded accounts, doesn't mean that you're really super close to actually getting paid. But with Take Profit Trader, as soon as you do move into the pro account, that's one of their big things I love to advertise. You can get paid on day one of the pro account, which is true. So it's always a good day when a Take Profit Trader account is passed. There we go. Nice. Up to 43 that quick. I played a head and shoulders pattern just now and shorted just because I've been playing out. Gotcha, Frank. Gotcha. Good. Always good when there's profitable trades being made here. Yeah, I think the stop. I'm just thinking out loud here. I mean, is there a long right here and then a stop down here? But I think that's too big of a risk box. Maybe, depending on how low this drops. But I don't know. I think that's fitting a square peg through a round hole. I mean, even if you were to buy right here, if it comes up and then you put a stop right there, maybe that one makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, I don't know. Come on, Jim. You're almost back, Jim. Taha Hamid. What is the best app for day trading? Well, what are you looking to day trade, Taha? What are you day trading? Or are you open to be suggested towards something to day trade? Your question makes me think you have quite a bit of more learning to do, Taha, because you didn't really, you kind of kept yourself open. Like that wasn't a very narrowed down question. I appreciate these streams you have been doing. Very helpful. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Again, Taha, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like that's a dangerous question because like, what is the best app for day trading? Well, I don't know. What are you? Okay, so I'm right. Yeah, you're new to this. I would argue. Well, what country are you in first off? I asked that because you have a pretty cool name. It makes me think you may not be in America. In America. So let me ask what country. Sweden. All right, let's check. Let's check real quick if what I will tell you. So we don't want to see Sweden on this list. That would be bad. So here's the S section. No Sweden. All right, good. So again, if you see your country on this list, unfortunately, Pam's plant would not be good for you. What I would suggest is to do day trade futures. Day trading futures is by far the best way to go about it. Everything else is a waste, including your time. You're taking on too much risk. So I would say day trade futures through a prop firm. And the platform that I'm using here that you see and that I would recommend just because I like them doesn't mean that it's the best. But I would do this. I would go with the prop firm. So I'm using Take Profit Trader. So what you would do is you would select what sort of purchasing power you want. After that, during the checkout phase, they say, okay, now what platform do you want to use? Or in your lingo, what app do you want to use? What you see here is Tradeovate. You would select that. They would create the login information for you. and then you would log into that with the username and password that Take Profit Trader creates, which is a big time savings because it's not like you have to go to Tradeovate and then sign up with them and go through their big old sign up process. Nope, Take Profit Trader will do that for you. So that's what I'd recommend. Pam's Plant, meaning you are day trading futures through a prop firm. And another reason why day trading futures is just way better, because for most people that step into the markets and want to day trade, and if they're thinking of stocks or options, well, unless they have $25,000, they fall underneath the pattern day trading rule, which is just a hideous, hideous rule, but it is what it is. But in the world of futures, there is zero pattern day trading rule. You can day trade as much as you want every single day. So I think for most people, that is going to be a reason to say, oh, really? No, I know. Well, there's no pattern day trading rule in crypto. That's fair enough, but cryptos moves terrible. Cryptos are a joke compared to how futures move. So I mean, there's plenty of other reasons, but that's just one point for a lot of people. I think makes futures make more sense. Is hey, I want to be a day trader, but then they get stuck under the pattern day trading rule, which is like a contradiction of concepts because the pattern day trading rule is designed to not allow you to be a day trader. It's coming back down here. I don't know. Is that a long here? For me today, I don't know if I'm reading the markets wrong or right that well or not. So I could be the problem. Maybe the markets are just very tricky. The morning part was definitely very tricky. I'm green here, so if you're looking for like degenerate gambles, this is not going to be the stream for you. But I want to put on some trades, but I also want to be wise about and acknowledge the fact that I don't know if I quite have it. So if I understand right, if I buy when it's low and sell when it's high, right? Yeah, that is correct. If you are going long, meaning you want to buy low and sell high, that is correct. You want to buy when it's low and sell when it's high. That is a very primitive understanding of things, but yes, that is a correct understanding. All right, it's coming down here. '21 EMA, for the most part, is doing a good job of showing where the resistances have been, but it's also a little tricky because there's been several of these little fake outs up through there. I mean, there's also been several times where, it's bounced right off of that area. So from the short side, I'd wait for it personally to get up around that area here. How do I make the most money? Futures, you can make a lot of money. That is a two-sided coin, though. If you don't know what you're doing, you can lose a lot of money quickly, too. But that's also why prop firms are important, because if you have a really crazy day, well, it's not going to cost you a ton of your own money. Especially as a new person, Taha, seriously consider Pam's Plant, going through a prop firm. Wow. Well, I'm glad I did not go long. That would have been a losing trade because my stop would have been down below these lows. And yeah, that would have been enough to take me out. So if I'm being honest with myself in hindsight, right? It's always easy to be like, okay, well, it's bouncing back up. So, oh, yeah, I would have survived that. I would have had my stop loss like down here. So I would have survived that breakdown. Whereas, let's say this was a massive red candle, what would I be telling myself? I don't want to speak for you, but I'd be telling myself, oh, yeah, I would have had a real tight stop. It's like, oh, yeah, how convenient. You would have had a real tight stop when you know that the next candle was massively red. But in this situation, what am I saying? Or what I'd be, oh, yeah, I would have had my stop loss pretty loose. It would have been down here. So I would have survived that. But if no, that would have gotten me. And then I'd be very upset right now. I'd be very irritated. Because it came down there, would have taken me out, and then bounced back up. What if you hit a home run and get your 3K plus 5K buffer in day one? The following day, will the buffer... No, the buffer will still be there. Yeah, once you get above the buffer, that's where the question becomes. Do you want to build your buffer or do you want to pay yourself? So yeah, the buffer will be there. It's just a question of, do you want to reduce your buffer by paying yourself? 21 EMA seems strong resistance. Made a few scalps using that. Good job, Frank. Yeah, it's been well so far. Nasty chop down there. Yeah, it is choppy. I don't push back against that at all. I am tempted to, do I want to buy right there? I'll throw an order out to buy right there. Just one micro. Put my stop down there. Again, if I'm right. Now, if you've never seen futures trade before, I want you to watch this number. I'm doing the bare minimum of movement that you could expect. Again, the bare minimum of movement. So if you have never seen futures trade before, like I said, watch that number down there. That is the bare minimum of movement that you could expect within futures. And if you think it's way too small, totally fine. I can show you a solution to that. But let's first get myself filled here. And then we'll see how things play out. So again, green line is where I want to buy. Red line is my stop. I am trying to, in some senses, catch a falling knife. Not totally. I think in my mind, this trade plan makes sense. I think there's a history of buyers hanging around around this chart. Now, are the buyers going to continue to stay there? I don't know that. Nobody knows that. But if they're not, if the buyers abandon me, then I will have to wave the white flag down at that red line and just cut the loss. But like I said, if the price does come down and hit that green line, for anybody that's never traded futures, just watch that number right there and ask yourself, how do you feel how that's moving? And if you think it's very anticlimactic and not very fast, that's fine. I can show you a solution to that. But, okay, it's getting close. Getting close. And so close, yet so far away. Come on. How did that? Come on now. Look at that, right off the green line. Nope, whoops. All right, I'm going to cancel that order out. That was the order. Now the fact that it's not filling me. Yeah, exactly that. So I played that one right to cancel that out. It came down there. It hit me. It came up a little bit, and then it started to putz around. I was like, I don't know. So that would have, I guess, I don't know. Would that have been a losing trade? It was at 67, I think. Yep. Oh, man. My stop loss would have been at like 67 something. That went down and hit a low of 60. So it would have just taken me out and then bounced upwards. Rough movement here. Hey, let's get 5 more likes. Let's get this up to 50 and we'll be halfway to the goal. The 2-hour goal is always 100 likes. And as long as we're at 100 likes by the 2-hour mark, then it's more than a 2-hour stream. So, I've had some 3.5-hour streams. And like I said, I'm all for pushing it past 2 hours if the interest is there. So a quick way to gauge that interest is via the like. So we got to get up to 100 likes by the 2-hour mark. And we're almost halfway there. So if you have not yet hit that like button, if you're enjoying, make sure you do that. Let's make a run up towards, at least get up over 50. Let's get the halfway mark here. And then we still have well over an hour to still get up to the 100 mark. Yeah, so that's, I think, twice since the live stream. If I'm being honest with myself, I would have been stopped out only to have the price then go in my favor. So that's confirming what I've been suspecting. I'm not quite sure I have it today. Either I don't have it, or I am personally being consistent, but the market is just not, it's not being very smooth towards my personal strategy. So it's one of those two things. Is it me or is it the market? Sometimes it is you, sometimes it is the market. But the fact is, there's something not quite right with me in the markets today. Again, I could try this right here. Or is this thing just about to push down through here again? Yep, there it is, pushing down through. Yeah. What was I don't know. You'll have to correct me. Those of you that have been here a while, I know I talked about that 21 EMA, but had that already happened by the time, or did that happen after I talked? I think that had already happened. That had to have already happened. There's no way I missed that after talking about it, did I? I think that had already happened. Pretty sure that one had already happened. I hope so. Yeah, it wanted nothing to do with that hammer. That is for sure. Two short trades today that went good. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Jeff. I'm glad to hear that. It had already. Okay, thanks, Bruce. Yes, and I know you've been around since the get-go. All right. So that makes me feel a little bit better because I was talking about that line, and then I'm thinking, wait a second. There's no way the price went up there and rejected right off that area. So yes, from the short side, that's still what I'm looking for, more of a revisit up to here. But the long right now, I don't know. I can just see a bunch of paper cuts. So not that any of my losing trades would have blown up my account or even put me close to going red on the day. They would just been very annoying. So that's the thing. It's if we enter into a slow little bleed, then it's because I don't know. I don't personally see anything to do to go short right now. That seems to be a bit chasing from the short side. But going long seems like it'd be a lot of paper cuts. For me, at least. What's the ES up to? Yeah, ES is, that 21 EMA doing a good job of kind of just mapping things out there. So ES looking pretty. Need a doji bottom with a strong green. Candle for a retest. I'm assuming you mean for a short-sided trade. Went just below the 9-day. Yeah, not a user of the 9-day. Even this. Like, if I'm honest, that would have been a very interesting lower trend line to draw looking for a bounce. And I to be fair, it did create one bounce because by connecting that and that, it did forecast the bounce there and there. For scalpers, that is. But for anybody that's looking for a bigger, I know this thing is just, this thing just don't care about supports. So again, in hindsight, Clay, you moron, you should have just shorted right there. Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I'm very rich in my hindsight trading accounts. I don't know about you guys, but I am potentially richer than Elon Musk in my hindsight accounts. I could see something like that. Short there, stop. Yeah. If it wants to come up there. Yeah. Do I get short? What is that, about a 10 point? Yeah, I can risk 10 point. I mean, let's do that. Well, no. So what I'm looking for is actually, let's map this out too. Yeah, we'll just do it. I want to see the price come up to this area right here. And then I want to see how the candle behaves. So if a candle comes up here and starts to give me a sense that it's kind of maybe leveling out, then I would get short with the stop right above there. But if this thing just comes straight up green, I'm not going to step in front of that. I want to see if it wants to calm down a little bit. But if the price can recover back up to that area right there, I'm going to look for an indecision candle and then look to get short because I can have a nice tight stop there. But I was thinking, do I just put the short order there? And if this thing just comes one big green candle, I mean, I've done that, but the way that today's been, maybe that green candle is the one that's going to spike up and then come back down. So I want to wait and see actually how it behaves if it comes back up there. As we've all established, I should have just gone short here. I'm saying, well, I don't know. Shorting seems like chasing. I guess today is just chase the short. Just go short and you'll make money, apparently. Who cares if it's at the lows of the day, which is what this line represents. The line here represents the low of the entire day. I mean, who cares if it's at that low? Just go short. You're going to make money. You're going to make money. It's that easy today. Just go short. JGS. Just go short. Again, I could see myself being attracted to trying to go long there, but it's JGS. Just go short. Yeah, see new lows. It don't care about hammers. Hammer candle. We don't care about those. Did Trump already? Somebody said Trump was speaking at 10:30, but now we're well beyond 10:30. So I guess that's already occurred. But like, I'm so tempted to buy right now. Like, is it really going to keep pushing at these? You scalped 180 short. I don't know how you did that. I would say you chased the price, but what do I know? JGS, just go short. I guess if you are going to get short right here, I would hope it'd be for a scalp where you're just looking for a little, quick in and out. Hey, there we go. 50 likes. Halfway to the point. We got to get to 100 by the 2-hour marks, and we'll keep on going beyond 2 hours. But we are halfway there. Fantastic. Good stuff. Again, like I said, it don't care about hammers. Hammer candles, what are those? We don't care about those. What are you supposed to do here? I don't know. I don't see how you're supposed to short. And like I said, if I'm brutally honest with myself, I'd probably be 0 for 3 right now trying to catch this bottom. Now, nothing huge. I'd have 3 little paper cuts, but paper cuts can start to add up over time. So I just literally, if I'm brutally honest with myself with, the paper, which is very hard to do. I mean, it's easy to be like, oh, I would have played that. And it's easy to create winning trades when you're paper trading in your mind. But if I try to be objectively brutal with myself, I think I'm 0 for 3 right now trying to play this thing long. Again, to be fair, nothing crazy, no big blow-ups. But yeah, three annoying ones where I'd have been stopped out and then it would have bounced in my favor a little bit. Candle open below low of the day. That's what I mean. I would submit that you are chasing. Like, if a candle breaks below here, and I get it, you're short and below, but I don't know. What do I know? You're the one that made $180. I'm sitting here sipping on my coffee, not making anything right now. So, hey, good job. JGS, just go short. That's as easy as it is today, everybody. JGS. Just go short. It's a JGS day. Hashtag JGS. And clearly not a believer in JGS as I've just watched this thing drift lower and lower. And I haven't made any money. I kept chasing a bounce, just went short. All right, Channel MRM is like, I'm done trying to catch the bottom. I'm going short. Don't worry, you'll make money. It's a JGS day. In fact, feel free to pull up Lambo.com. Pick out what Lambo you're going to be picking up later today. Because you're making money because you went short. I know it looks like it wants to bounce here, but we all know that this is just building the hopes. We all know this is just suckering in the longs to just roll back over and crush their dreams. JGS. If you want a Lambo, just go short. That's how you get the Lambo. JGS, just go short. You'll make money. Place your short order all in, then go to Lambo.com. That's as easy as trading is. Just go short. That's it. I'm not trusting this short after down almost 3%. Oh, come on now. Brian, JGS, man. Jeff, that question is answered right in the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you for asking. I have an ongoing answer to that question right now. Oh, is it ES showing any signs of life? Oh, it's not as much. Huh. So that's interesting. ES is struggling while the NQ is actually showing some signs. Oh, well, it was showing some signs of life. RSI and ADX were both oversold when the candle opened. So calculated. Yeah, it worked out. What do I know? What do I know? For your room, as one of your students, I'll take another 5K payout. Nice. There we go. Mark is a student of my mentorship. He's taking out another $5,000 payout tonight. He is doing Pam's plan. He is day trading futures through a prop firm. And he took out, like, what, 8,000 last week, or is that 2 weeks ago? I don't know what it was, but good job. And like I said, JGS just goes short. Are we headed for new lows all of a sudden? This market don't care about hammer candles. 8K last week, another 5K this week. Fantastic, Mark. That's awesome. Now, I don't want to talk too much about the mentorship because then we'll offend people. Oh, he's just trying to sell something. He's just selling something. I'm entitled to get everything for free. He's a scumbag for selling something. In fact, Mark's not even... He paid Mark to say that stuff. JGS until Don and J Powell make up. I don't think anybody answered. Do we know, has Trump even spoken yet? Okay, surely it's bouncing from here, right? Nice 3 lower. I'm going long here if it comes down. Come down some more. I'm going. It's got to bounce from here, right? I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Whoa, not NQ. Not NQ. I'm not want to put that much money where my mouth is. Oh, come on. Now you're not going to film me? That green line was my attempted buy, to which I did not get. Well, now if this move fails, that would have me worried. All right, well, I literally tried to put my money where my mouth is. I was not quick enough, though. But once again, we'll see. So I would have been filled now. So let's see. Would that have basically been 0 for 4 in trying to catch this bottom here? Let's see. And I'm going to be objective. My stop would have been just slightly below these lows. Probably right there. Yeah, right about there. So if the price hits that cross here, that would have been another losing trade for me. Maybe I should try again and buy. Made 40% on my puts. Are you day trading options, Java? Or was that a swing trade? Java Mocha Crop. Please tell me that was a swing trade and that you are not day trading options. Please. Oh my goodness, Java. Why? Why are you day trading options? Why? As I always say, if someone is like, okay, you don't like that person at all, so sentence them to some sort of like financial market torture chamber. What would the financial market torture chamber be? I would say I would make them day trade options. Why, oh why are you putting yourself through theta, Java? Why are you dealing with theta? Why would you do that to yourself? Been doing it for a while. Yes. So you've why? Are you aware that there is a better way to day trade and not have to deal with theta? Just made 14 off of your last position. Well, good. I'm glad somebody made money off it. I was not close enough, but yeah, so I'd still be in the trade. It wouldn't be a winner, wouldn't be a loser with my thought of surely this has got to be the bottom. But I'm unfortunately was too slow, and then I didn't like the action, so I canceled it. But I'm paper trading it. That dotted line there is where my stop would have been. You'll be yeah, Mark. I'll send you. I'll send you some mind share. Oh, I don't know. Do you get that reference? Mind shares, Mark? I can't remember if you were around long enough to get that reference. I don't know. Now I'm really getting tempted. Like I should. Yeah. All right, I'm in. Stop down there. Just one little, So for those of you that have never traded future, don't even do it now. Now you're going to drop down and get me. Anyways, watch this number and ask yourself, how do you feel about how it trades? And if you're saying, Clay, this is the slowest thing I've ever seen, no problem. I can give a solution. Are you, see? What am I doing? What? 0 for 4. Now, luckily, 3 of those were just paper trades, paper cuts, which is what I had there. But just go short. What am I doing with my life? What have I been, for all of you on the live stream, what have I been saying? JGS. Just go short. What did I do? I went long. And what happened? I had a losing trade. What am I doing? What am I doing with my, this doesn't, just go short. Just go short. I violated my own thesis. And it cost me. Just go short. It's not hard, folks. Just go short. Amazing. And I was like, I should have just left that as a paper trade, and that would have just been a paper trade. I could have a Lambo right now. Now, there's a long somewhere around here, possibly down. Tab, you must be a lawyer in real life. I love how you hedged your statement about 18 different directions. Now, there's a long around here, or there's a long somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere. I'm sure there is somewhere, possibly down to 778. Again, possibly. I agree. You use the right words. Somewhere, possibly. Hey, I hear you. I hear you. You've got to be a lawyer in real life. That was so wisely crafted. So wisely crafted. I do agree. There's got to be a bottom around here somewhere. Yeah. Well, like I said, I hope it works out for you, but I'm 0 for 4 on trying to play this bottom here. Send him the mind shares. Yeah, he'll appreciate the liquidity challenge. Yeah, exactly. I'm seeing a lot of action between 17,900 and 16,800, but that was with news. Yeah. Well, right now it's just JGS. Just go short. I should just go short and then watch me get stopped out. Because that seems, my money is on 770 to 770 to narrow it down to the 10-point range. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, if you get in down there, where would your stop be? If you were to get in between that area, where would your stop be? Would be the question. Yeah, let's just go short. We need t-shirts. JGS. Just go short. Oh, yeah, what are bonds doing today? I would assume bonds are on their way back up. So let's check bond prices real quick, because bonds are actually very, very important. Discussed on here before, but they are the indicator that I think is most important from an economy standpoint. What do we got here? Dow tumbles 1,000 points as Trump's poll attacks add to investors' concerns. So bonds have got to be up, though, because people are bailing the bond market, I bet. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Bonds up on the day. Not, if I'm honest, not as much as what I thought. Yeah. Trump ramps up attacks on Paul, demands loser Fed share. Trump, you hired the guy. Like, hey. Does anybody see the disconnect here? Like, I get it. I guess it can kind of play if you're calling somebody else's hire a loser, but you hired him. What are you complaining about? That's not a good look. Same with the judges. Like, whatever the ruling was over the weekend about the immigrants. It's like all 3 of his appointed judges voted against what he wanted to do. But to be fair to him, I don't know. I don't know if he's attacked those judges or not. But if he does attack them, then it does kind of bring up the question, you appointed them. But yeah, attacking Paul is just, there's too much irony there to not call out. Man, just go short. All it does is go straight down. Unbelievable. Why am I not short right now? Like I told people, if you shorted up here, get to Lambo.com. Start shopping. What happened? I mean, I went long and I lost money. Those that went short are shopping for Lambos right now. Just go short. So, but seriously, Java, Mako, like, stop day trading options. Like, why are you choosing to deal with theta? You could be day trading futures with 0 theta. And futures move way better anyways than options. So please, for all that is efficient and logical, stop day trading options. There are way better ways, mathematically provable. But my easiest My easiest support claim would be there's no theta. There's no theta. Okay, we have another hammer. Surely this is the hammer. That is the bottom. I am buying right here. Surely this is the bottom. Stop right there. Come down a little bit more. There we go. I'm buying right there. Tight stop. This has got to be the bottom. JGS is done. No more just going short. It's going to start caring about hammers right here. This is done going down. Now, if I knew my cars, I would say I really like a car that car enthusiasts think is a joke, and I would say that right now and go long here. If you want to be shopping for that sort of car, go long here is what I would be saying. Where am I taking profits? At the moon, Dan. That's where I'm taking profits. At the moon. If I get filled, I'm taking my profits at the moon. Come on, this is the bottom. It's going to start respecting hammer candles right now. I'm all out of puts. We'll think about it. Thanks for that, up. Theta does, yeah. Expected move on us. Yeah. I'm telling you, Java, and you would have made more on your shorts if you were in futures. 100% with all due respect. I mean, congratulations, but that's nothing. That's nothing for futures. I'm telling you. Every single day trader of options that's tried Pam's plant, meaning they day trade futures through a prop firm, has come back and said futures are way better. Come on. All right, I'm in. Let's go to the moon. And I'm out. Okay. Yeah, it don't, just go short. Just go short. That's it. Just go short. I'm 0 for 5. 3 paper trades wrong. 2 real money trades wrong. Just go short. Did I not say earlier, for those of you that have been here from the get-go, did I not say earlier, there's something off. Either I'm off today, I'm not seeing the market right, or the market is just not jiving with my strategy. And since then, where have I been? I'm at 0 for 5. 3 paper trades, 2 real money trades here. Or when I say, I mean that I've actually placed. The only smart thing I've done is I've acknowledged all this, and I'm like, let's just keep it minimal risk. So, just go short. A wild day. Wild. Imagine the people that got short right there, and then they're just using this as their stop loss. And every 2 minutes, they just get paid a little bit more because every 2 minutes, this drops down even more. Now, this is the bottom, isn't it? Look, we have 2 lower shadows. We have that lower shadow and that lower shadow. This has got to be the bottom, right? I'm putting my money where my mouth is. This is the bottom. We're buying right there. Stop down there. Here we go. You're not, there's no way you put in new lows here. Where's my profit target? The moon. That's where my profit is at right now, the moon. We need to test the 150 for ES before we consider a long. That's where the money is at. Oh, okay. All right. Nasir has, and I'm out again. You sound like you're breaking your rules and doing emotional trades. No, I'm not. No, I'm not breaking any rules. I'm having tight stops, but I am. Yes, full disclaimer. I am also illustrating a point where when you try to catch falling knives, this can happen because catching falling knives is very hard. It's easy to do in your mind, but as I'm demonstrating right now, I'm at 0 for 6. 3 paper trades, 3 trades that I put. Why am I willing to do this? Well, because I'm up quite a bit green. It's going to take a whole lot to send me green on the day, send me red on the day. Again, this is not degenerate trading. Literally every time I bought, there has been what apparently buyers. Look at all these wicks. Look at the wicks right there. Look at the lower wicks here. And the point is, look, I'm getting, and then it takes me out and then moves back up. So no, this is not degenerate trading at all. There's a good logic behind these, but the baked in point is, yeah, catching falling knives is very hard, and you're witnessing it right now. You're witnessing it right now. And yes, there is an entertainment component to it too, but there's a good lesson right now. There's a good lesson that I've been buying at logical areas. I've waited for hammer candles to show up. I've waited for signs that maybe some buyers are here, and it just keeps pressing down, which is why catching bottoms, catching falling, and this white line represents the low of the day. So like this is, every time that white line goes lower, it means that it's gone lower on the day. But no, there's no degenerate trading here. Degenerate trading is me loading up with like 10 of these. I'm doing 1 micro, one micro. But I'm trying to illustrate the fact that, yeah, you know, if you go, I'm going to try to, because it's right. Who doesn't love trying to catch a knife? I don't know what in the human brain makes it attractive to try to catch falling knives, but there's something there. And it can be death by 1,000 paper cuts. Yeah, exactly. Just buy the bottom. And that's what I've been doing. Again, that's what this white line represents. That is the bottom of the day. And I bought the bottom of the day 3 times now, and every time it's been wrong. Well, even more so than that, because I'm at 0 for 6 right now trying to catch the bottom. Now, if I got fancy and try to average down and build, I mean, maybe some of these would have been winning trades, but there's no way I'm doing anything like that in this environment. No way. Oh my goodness. Are you short right now, John? John must have just shown up. You just logged on, didn't you, John? He had to have. I literally just gave an explanation of what I'm doing here from an educational point of view. And he says, you play counter trend? So John, I'll cut him some slack. He must have just logged on. That is the only thing that makes any sense with that comment. Play what the market is doing. Okay, so where are you at, John? Play what the market is doing. So where are you at? All your trades would have been perfect. No, John, I'm asking you, what are you doing? You told me just play what the market is doing. Fair enough. So, but I'm asking you, like, how are you doing that? What does that mean in your world? Hey, Dell. Good to see you. Play short. No, tell me, where's your short at? Like anybody can, like I can say that. Play short. Like, what does that mean? So where are you going short? Where's your entry point and where's your stop? Teach us here. You said, play what the market is doing. Fair enough. I'm asking for a little bit more clarity. So you're still being very broad. You're telling me and others to play what the market is doing. Fair enough. You're saying play short. Fair enough. But like, can you define that a little bit more? So like, where's your entry point at? Where's your stop loss at? And then where's your profit target? Because what we don't want, John, is like, see, I made money. I shorted right here, and then I just took profits. Like, okay, well, that's easy in hindsight, John. You are the mentor. Well, no, you're the one that's saying to just play what the market is doing. So that's what I'm asking you. You play what the market's doing, play short. Okay, well, how are you doing that? Turnaround could be at any time. Yeah, it could be at any time. Or it could keep plunging. Agreed. You never know. That's why we use support, resistance, and trend lines as clues. Yep. I gave you logic advice. No. See, that's a good lesson of why trading is hard. Because it's easy to say, play what the market's doing, play short, and then look and see that the market went down, and they're like, see, I would have made money. But no, there's finer details. Yeah, well, where would you have gotten short? Because maybe you would not have gotten filled. Or maybe you would have gotten filled, but then it would have stopped you out before it went in the direction. That's why well, what's your entry point? What's your stop? Because as a beginner, it's easy to do that. It's easy to say, okay, that's going down, so I would have played it short. Oh, look, the price went down further. I would have made money. And anybody that's ever traded know that there's a ton of finer details between there. Because there's instances where maybe you just would have been filled, maybe you got filled and then you got stopped out and then went in your favor. So broad terms, like I gave you logical advice. Well, I mean, kind of, but not really. Not practical advice. So notice when I ask for the details, John, he backs away from the claim. So there we go. So John told me to go short. At what? Can I see the times? John, again, I'm all for people giving their thoughts, but like I'm not impressed with like broad thoughts made in hindsight. Like I asked you many times, hey, what's your entry point? And ever since you've been here and you said, hey, just play the market. Just play the market. Go short. Look, so John, you basically shorted the bottom here. You wanted me to short the bottom, John. Right, John? I mean, you were telling me, get short, play the market, go short. Now look at this thing. Look at this candle, John. Am I supposed to still be short through this or what, John? That's why I asked you, like, where's your entry point? Where's your stop loss? Okay, John. John, you're on the record of you showing up saying, why is this idiot, or why are you trying to go counter trend? Why just play the market, go short? Yes, and John, you're on the record of making all those claims like down in this area of the chart. So what should I be stopped out now, John? Let me at least ask you that. Leave John. No, John. John is a big boy. I am trying to learn from John. Like I try to learn from everybody. Like if somebody wants to show up and say something, I'm just asking for clarity. Okay, see, notice how John will not even tell me, should I still be in from the short side? Now, of course, we all know what John's game is. If this comes down, he'll say, yeah, you should still be in. But if this thing goes up, oh yeah, no, you should have cut the loss like way down here. So, well, we tried with John. Thank you for the thoughts, John. Appreciate it. I stayed in short before a 3-bar reversal happens. Gotcha. John, I'm not. All that is irrelevant. You showed up and said, play the market, play short. And I said, okay, well, how should I play the market and play the short? And then you never gave me an answer. And you were making all these claims to me down here, right before this spike up. So that I was just seeking clarity. That's all I was doing. You just did not give any clarity. You chose to go with broad statements, which is fine. Clay, been watching you trade. You should make it clear you are purely scalping on small time frames. This market is clearly downtrending. I'm not scalping. That's the thing, Rob. I'm not scalping. I was looking for bigger bounces. And I'm not, like I said, if people are lazy to the point where like, I'm just going to blindly follow this guy, that's on them. That's on me. Especially when it says this is not advice, this is entertainment. Like, that's on you. But no, I didn't have any say that I should clear you're purely scalping. No, I'm not. I'm not scalping. I was looking for each of those buys to make some move like this. Dude, you go into trades for 1 or 2 minutes. Yeah, that's not a scalp. How do I start watching these from a lake mansion instead of from my cubicle at work? I'm 25, making a decent living in tech, but trading my time for money sucks. How do I go start watching these from a lake mansion? Go to some real estate. What are they? RIAs, real estate investing clubs. Tell all the investors there, the flippers, all of them, that you will clean out their flips. And after they start to hire you, buy a dumpster, however much the dumpster is, figure out what that cost is. So let's just say the dumpster is $300 for the day. Figure that it's going to, figure out how long it'll take you. So let's say it'll take you, think about 5 hours to clean out this thing. How much money do you want to make? Let's say $100 an hour. So actually you probably get more. So let's say you got 300 into a dumpster. If you want to make $100 an hour, and if your time is 5 hours, that's $500 plus $300. That's only $800. And then charge those real estate investors $1,500 to clean out their thing, so they can get in there and start to do it. So actually, you'd be making probably about $800 profit. That's how you do it. That's how I would start over. I'd do a clean out business for real estate investors. Hire a few buddies. I don't know, pay them what, $30 an hour or so? Factor that in your cost. As a real estate investor myself, I would gladly pay somebody $1,500 to clear out a property that I purchased. No brainer, $1,500, maybe even more. So that's how I would do it. I would start. That would be my side hustle. You could do it on the weekends. That is an area where there's always people looking, buying rundown houses, or sometimes even not so much banks, because banks don't have a lot of foreclosures, but that's what I would do. Want a lake house, do you? Buy XRP. Now do we have a short here? Remember what I mentioned earlier about this 21 EMA? Oh, what a coincidence. Yeah, I did a whole video on it on my channel. I don't remember if I can start over. I can't remember what the name of it was. Something about if I were to start over. I mean, I map out the whole model. I don't remember. Maybe this will bring it up. Nope. No. Welcome to my investment property, 300 acres in northern Michigan. That was a fun place. Sorry, I distracted myself. That's not what we were. Anyways, yeah, that's how. If I were to start over, I'd go the dumpster business or route. And yeah, you would Google local RIAs, which stands for real estate invest, or maybe, let me check real quick. Local REI, real estate invest. There it is. Yeah. So you'd want to run something like this. Local real estate investment club, and then yeah, you'd want to start to attend them, just network with people, let them know that you're looking to and willing to clean out their properties. Pretty much do whatever they need you to do, like just grunt work. So if you are enjoying, make sure you Actually, we're getting kind of not close to the 2 hour mark, but we got to get this up to 100 likes to keep the party going at the 2 hour mark. So if you have not yet hit that like button, please do. Let's get this up to 100 likes, or we'll do $20 in super chats too. So that's fine. I mean, that's how we can measure interest. I know some of you have maybe already given a like. So we still got about 35 minutes, but we've got to get either 31 likes more in the next 35 minutes, or we need $20 in super chats, and we'll keep the party going. Is this a short here? So it is right now a bull pennant, but it's a bull pennant in and obviously an overall downtrend. So can you actually trust the bull pennant? That is the question. Can you trust the bull pennant when it's in such an overall downtrend? We'll see. So, all right, we made a good little push. Still got 24 more to go. So hit that like button if you want the party to continue. We got till the 2 hour mark. I think we'll be able to hit it, but I don't know. So what do people think about this bull pennant? Is this to be trusted? Or is the trade to wait for this trend line right here to get violated to the downside? Is that the short right there? With the target of it to, something like there down, target right around there. Questions. Is this a truly strong bull pennant pattern? Wow, there we go. Likes at 83. Here we go. 17 more, and the party is going on full show. Looking at a possible long off the 9-day. So you only use the daily chart, Emmy? You keep talking about the 9-day, which is fine, but it seems to me like you're only on the daily chart looking at this stuff. What's the ES doing here? Ooh, ES is actually stuck right at its 21 EMA. Oh, that's interesting. Short the trend line. Jacob, you're saying short the trend line break here? Is that your thought? I think we get to at least 870. Oh, yeah. Where was Tab? You did make a call, which I appreciate. I don't think we got down as low as what you thought, though. Was it? Yeah. Didn't you say between 760 and 770? I'm going to, so Isamol Yunus, I'm going to delete that out, but I'll still answer it. But yeah, not a fan. I haven't heard very good things about him. So not a fan. I go with, and I recommend and use Take Profit Trader as a prop firm just because they are very straightforward. They're especially they're beginner friendly. I also do, I reference people to Apex also. But so on that note, if you want to support the channel and you are already an Apex user and you need more accounts or whatever, code Clay if you want to support the channel. If you want my kids to eat, you can use code Clay. But I recommend Take Profit Trader for beginners because it's much clearer. The rules are very straightforward. But then I'm also not opposed. So once you kind of understand, get your feet wet, get your bearings within the world of prop firm trading, Apex could be something that works for you. But their rule book is just much thicker and all that. But yeah, and Take Profit Trader, like I said, I just like their payment policy. Very flexible, very easy. Request money all the time and any amount you want. So that is why I personally recommend them for beginners. I have nothing against other prop firms per se, just because other prop firms have a little bit more rigid, a little bit more of a, I would say, annoying payment process. Doesn't necessarily mean they're a scam or anything like that. But Take Profit Trader, their smooth payment process in combination with, they just make it very straightforward for a newer trader to understand that's new to the world of prop firm trading. I think it's a no-brainer. No, I disagree about never use Apex. The only people that, I get it, a lot of people call Apex a scam, But those are the new people that should be with Take Profit Trader. I understand how Apex can come across as a scam if you are new to prop firms and you don't understand all the rules and all that sort of stuff. I get it. So the problem there is not Apex. The problem is beginner prop firm traders are putting themselves in what I would consider an advanced prop firm. So, because all the complaints is, denied payments, this and that. Well, yeah, because you broke their rules. And I'll be the first to admit, their rules are very complicated. That's why I don't use them. That's why I don't say, hey, beginners, go with Apex. No, get your feet wet. Learn about prop firms with Take Profit Trader because their rule set is so much more simple. Again, does not mean Apex is a scam. Nothing like that. But from what I've seen, all the complaints, the people that complain about Apex are the ones that don't understand the rules. And again, the rules are not the easiest to understand. But they don't understand them, and then they complain. So that is why. And again, I'm not using Apex, but I have plenty of members of my community that get paid. Apex, I mean, they'll pay, but you got to follow the rules. Yeah, they look for, every prop firm looks for ways not to pay you. That is correct. That is why the simpler the rules, the harder that becomes. But again, my core premise is Apex has a lot of rules. So yeah, there are many ways that they could not pay you, but that has nothing to do with the fact that you broke the rules. So yes, lots of rules mean there's more chances for you to break those rules, which means there's more chances for them to deny your payment. But in their defense, you broke their rules, which is again why I say only for advanced traders. Beginner traders going with Apex, yeah, they're not going to understand the rules. It's going to come across like a scam because, they said I broke this and that rule. Well, you did. Well, I don't like this and that rule. I understand. That's why I say, hey, Take Profit Trader, a much cleaner set of rules. I mean, Apex just paid, like last week, didn't they pay somebody over $2 million in one payment? So they'll pay. One trader just got like over $2 million in one payment. So they pay, but you got to follow the rules. And there are a lot of rules. So right now, it's still a waiting game to short that trend line or to not. That is the question. Is this downtrend finally over for a bit? Or is this just an overall dead cat bounce that's going to roll back over? John Rich, are you still here? What are we doing here, John Rich? Are we going long or short here? Long or short? Long or short? Isn't John Rich a country singer? I'm asking you. Do we go long or short here, John? John has a real problem with giving specific things to do. Is it long or short here? You're 0 for 1 as far as the channel is concerned so far. Well, we'll see if you can redeem yourself. What are we doing here, John Rich? What are we doing? John just can't do it. He cannot give any sort of specific answer. We love you, John. We love you, John. Right down to the trend line. Short to 150 on ES. Short to 150 on ES. So you're short right now, Nasir, on the ES? Am I understanding that right, Nasir? Oh, I didn't say that, John. I just said that you struggle to give detailed answers. That's all I'm saying. Nasir, where are you short? Yes, sir. Short at 160. And then where's your stop at? Okay, he got short right there. And where's your stop at? I'm assuming like right up here. 166. There we go. 166. 7. All right. Hey, I like it, Nasir. You've mapped out. You've told us exactly what you're doing. So we'll see what happens. Nothing but respect there, Nasir. Even if you're wrong, hey, we're all wrong. That's part of being a trader. Nothing but respect. I appreciate you telling us exactly what's going on here. So Nasir is short, basically right there. His stop or his target is down here. Okay, slightly below the lows. His stop is right up above there. Respect, Nasir. Respect. We'll keep an eye on it, but I want to watch. I want to watch the NQ because that's more of a. Ooh, that trend line is being tricky. Got the tricky trend line here. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Trend line right here. Is it a buy the break of the trend line and first profit target up there at the 50 period moving average? Jeff is 3 for 3 today. Shorts today. Well, of course, man. Like we've been saying here. Today has just been a JGS day. Just go short. I don't know. Do we adjust the trend line now? A little bit? I don't know. We'll leave it right there. So we just kind of got to wait and see. Does it want to push up through the top part here? John, just stop. Just stop, John. You got to stop speaking in broad terms. Come on, just be Nasir. Follow Nasir's example. It's okay if you're wrong. I mean, you've already been wrong once, John. So, and look, we don't. I'm not upset at you. You got to speak a little bit more in defined terms. Short this break, okay? Where's your stop at, Jacob? So Jacob is saying short this break. I'm assuming Jacob is short. So where's your stop at then, Jacob? Oh, Jacob. Oh, Jacob, where? What does that mean? Ish? 17,830-ish. So in other words, you don't have a stop loss. Okay, got it. Because I know Trade of 8 does not have an ish order. You can't put in a, okay, where would you like your limit order to be at? Number, ish. I've never seen the ish order. So Jacob, just say, I don't have a stop loss. That's all you got to say. Well, to be fair to Jacob, maybe his broker does have a broker and you can put ish at the end of an order. I want to buy at this number, ish. I shoot, alrighty then, I shoot people. How much capital to get started in futures? Well, with Pam's Plant, that is one of the great things about Pam's Plant is the L is the low capital required. So you could get started in futures through a prop firm for, on the least right here, $105, which will give you $25,000 of purchasing power. So how much capital do you need to get started with futures? That's why I recommend Pam's Plant, low capital required, 105. So 105 gives you 25K worth of purchasing power. So good question. And that shows, and thank you for the super chat. And that is the thing with super chats. I make no promises that I see anybody's comments. But super chats will get your question, will get your answer, or will get your question or comment answered immediately. I mean, it's kind of funny, Jacob, but if I know the name, I'm pretty sure you're a student of mine and you've gone through the program, which makes me want to, maybe Jacob, I'll just ask you, are you a student of the mentorship? I think you are. I think I recognize that name, but I might be wrong. If you are a student, then shame on you. Shame on you for saying ish. So yeah, did that just knock you out? Ish? Yeah, that should have knocked you out, I assume, right, Jacob? Or did your ish just help you survive that? That, yes, what? That did stop you out? You didn't have the chart up. Huh? All right. Jacob is out. Good job being disciplined. The ish, the ish trade has no bounds. Oh, that was a great answer, though. Where's your stop? Ish. Oh, okay. Yes. Well, the ish trade has no bounds. We got 20 minutes to get 13 more likes. So for those of you that are here, this stream always goes at least 2 hours, but the goal is always to get at least up to 100 likes by the 2-hour mark, as that's how I gauge, are people still interested in the stream or not. So if you are interested, if you want the party to continue on and you have not yet hit that like button, please do. It is dangerous. It's a very dangerous-ish. I do think we need to adjust this trend line down to here now, though. I think we have enough data points. Ish comes from watching your screen and guessing exact from numbers on the y-axis. Did you even take that trade, Jacob, or is that just you just kind of, I mean, again, I'll give you credit. Even if you were armchair quarterbacking it, at least you still gave us some numbers. Oh, how's Nasir's trade doing? He's just hanging out. Nasir, yeah. Nasir's having to be patient here, as it's kind of just chopping around for him. So it has not hit his stop, has not hit his profit target either. So Nasir, hang in there, buddy. Keep on going. Oh, it was a real trade? It happens. Good job being disciplined. There we go. Only 5 likes away. Let's make another push. Let's just get this right up over 100. And the party shall continue. You shall not pass. Name the movie. There's our movie trivia for the stream. You shall not pass. Probably should be getting short here. This looks kind of spicy. Best trilogy ever. All right, yeah, you probably get it then by just that mention. The stock market is fast in danger. See, Justice, this is not, first off, this is not the stock market. This is the futures market. And second, see, Justice, I really hope you're not day trading stocks. Day trading stocks is just not, it's just garbage. There's really no other way to put it. There's nothing good about day trading stocks. Oh, I guess that was good. Well, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. I was like, maybe that. The answer was the character's name was Gandalf. I couldn't draw my tread line, just watching screen. Oh, it was the screen's fault. Gotcha. Short, stop 838. All right, just everything. 838. He's short somewhere around here, but at least we know their stop is. Gotcha, right up around there. Okay. No, Lord of the Rings. The Fellowship of the Ring was the answer I was looking for. Several of you said Monty Python, so maybe they said in Monty Python, to be fair. I've been following you for a few years now. You really helped me back when I started out with day trading. Awesome, Bart. I'm glad to hear that I was able to provide a little bit of assistance in your journey. Thank you for taking time out to share that. Oh, I agree 100%. Uh-oh, see, be careful, see, Justice, that you agree that day trading stocks is garbage. I'm actually on a break from trading, sideline watching these days. Okay, see, Justice, so have you traded futures before? Day traded futures before, see, Justice. Little impromptu interview, if you don't mind, sir. Have you day traded futures before? And really, same question to anybody if you want to chime in. Have you or do you day trade futures? That is the question. It's open to anybody. Hey, the crew. Good to see you. All right, let's get 2 more likes, and we're good to go. Actually, 3 more. We got to factor in the JJ effect. Do you use Bookmap? I do not. Oh, you never have? Okay, well then never mind. Never mind. Well, when you get done with your break from trading, I would highly suggest you look into, assuming you want to do day trading, but if you want to get into day trading, I would highly suggest futures. There we go, up over 100. Fantastic. I would say consider futures trading. Day trading, day trading. I got to specify that because it's a specific category of trader that Pam's plan applies to. That was kind of brutal. Okay, and now if you're a scalper, that move was fine. You made money on the short side from a scalper. But if you're looking for more, I don't know. Maybe that's just a break-even trade, depending on how aggressive you were with your stop. But for the trader that was looking for more follow-through, not so good. Like Nasir, uh-oh. Where's Nasir at? Uh-oh, Nasir. Uh-oh, he might be toast. He might be toast. And when I say toast, I just mean a losing trade. I don't mean like his account just got roasted and he failed or anything like that. Nasir, though, he's still in there. There you go. Nasir has stopped out. Nothing but respect, though, sir. You stepped up to the plate. You gave actual numbers. You didn't just talk in generalities. No armchair quarterbacking from you. Nothing but respect, Nasir. So that one didn't quite work out, but hey, can't always be right as a trader. Nothing but respect there, Nasir. Lost 6 points. Hey, good job. Good job. You have my utmost respect. There's an interesting trend line from the lows of 4.7. The lows of 4. Oh, okay, yeah. On the 1 hour. Yeah, I'm not going to pull up the 1 hour, but good looking out. Yeah, exactly. On to the next one. Like, no disrespect at all. I have nothing but respect. Nasir is not an armchair quarterback. We can respect that. We asked for details from Nasir, and Nasir delivered details. Yes, he went short. He went short, if I remember right, at 50, I think? No, at 60. So he went short basically right here. He was looking for a little bit below the lows. His stop was above that area right there. So this move right here is what knocked him out. But it happens. It happens. But the only way it happens is if you actually detail out a trade. Because the armchair quarterback who talks in generalities, right, in anywhere, well, you never know if they're right or wrong because they never actually map anything out. They just talk. And chime in. All right. I'm up 400 so far today. 200 away from the buffer. Good job, Evil Shaddix. Just keep on grinding, man. Keep on grinding. You got this. Just keep on trading like you've been. No big deal. Don't even look at that numbers. Just keep on trading. Keep on trading. You're good. Is this a buy right here? Is I think, a more than valid question at this point. Is that a breakout point? If it can get up through there, it not only clears the high that we have right there, it also clears this grouping of highs over here. So this group right there. It's always kind of scary to buy those things when the overall trend is down, but is the bottom finally in? I mean, from the grand scheme of things, what we're looking at, so if you care about more of a bigger picture, we're essentially still just at the top part of a bear pennant pattern. But like I said, as of right now, it is pushing through a little bit. That's why I think maybe this area up here is more so the confirmation point to get confirmation that maybe this is truly a breakout of the bear pennant. Choices, choices, choices. Sign of reversal. Maybe, yeah. Looks like the bears are slowing down. We need a push over 850 and maybe a pullback to it. Yeah, I would say more of probably 855-ish, 860-ish. That's where that line's mapping out. But yeah, it sounds like we're in the same general idea. But yeah, I don't think that's a terrible plan, actually. Jonathan is suggesting a break of that area and then to come back down to it. So he's looking, sounds like, for more of a back test and go. Get above it, see if it wants to pull back, and then get the move in the upwards direction. So yeah, I can see the logic there. I wouldn't push back hard against that. I can agree with that idea of things. Or do you just buy it and then you if this thing is just gonna... All right. 874. I'm not quite sure what that is in reference to. 874, is that a profit target or is that where you're looking to short? Is that an entry point? Can you a little bit more, Alex, or a little bit more details, Alex? 874, what is that in regards to? I don't know. Is he want to get short right there, I wonder? Or maybe that's a profit target area if he's buying this breakout here. I'm not sure. We'll see if he can give us some more details. At least he didn't say 874-ish. You're going long at 874. Gotcha. And where's your stop loss going to be? So if you get filled at 874, where will your stop loss be? I'm liking you, though, Alex. You're mapping things out. Nothing but respect. That may now go down in history, Jacob, as that may go down in infamy now. The ish order. IB low. What does IB stand for? Intra break. Inside. I don't know. I don't know what IB stands for. Oh, initial break maybe? Initial break low? I'm not sure. I'm not a cool kid. I don't know all the fancy lingo. Initial balance? Yeah, I'm not cool. Initial balance low is at... Oh, so you just mean the resistance? We're pretty much at it. IMP break. Yeah, you guys are all way too cool for me. All I can use this cool jargon. Like initial balance low. That's just the resistance. The former resistance. Like why? I don't know. Why? Where are people getting these terms from? Like you just described the resistance. So yeah, that would become a support. So I get it. Like you're putting your area below the former resistance, which tends to act as support. Like initial balance low. Like where are these terms coming from? Like somebody is creating terms to make people sound like they're really smart and like it's really advanced. But it's like, okay, yeah, that's where the resistance right now. And when resistances are broken, they tend to act as support. So I get it why you'd put your stop loss below that area because you would expect it to now act as support. How do it set a stop loss? How do it set a stop loss? Well, I think you mean how do it on the platform here, you would just click here and then you would, put a sell stop there if you needed to put a stop loss. IMP means in my... Okay, I am old. I always thought that IMO meant in my opinion. Or am I just a total moron? I thought in online lingo, IMO meant in my opinion. Like I said, I thought that's what I was, but I could be wrong here. I always thought IMO equals in my opinion. Or is it IMP? So, and I'm like, serious question, because I'm just told I need to relax because IMP apparently means in my opinion. But I always thought IMO was in my opinion. Oh, autocorrect got him. Gotcha. All right. It was the autocorrect. No, it's he meant IMO. It got him twice in a row. The autocorrect got him twice in a row. I gotta rewind the stream. Yeah, we need a replay. No, he said it was just autocorrect. Fair enough. Autocorrect has gotten me a time or two in my life. Well, nice breakout. It did hit 170, 1874. So somebody's in. I think Alex said he was in. I don't know if that's what his target. So I don't know if that was his exit target or if that was his entry target. I'm not quite sure what he meant by that. We should just go with that. IMP is a new IMO, but I think that would be like a live stream kind of joke that I think would cause too much confusion. But like JJ is stuck. Like, when it comes to the likes, we always gotta give a couple extra likes for the JJ. But that's not really confusing anybody. But like the IMP, I could see that creating so funny. But yeah, that's just, if we do that, then like we're gonna have so many autocorrects that we're gonna have. Yeah, that one doesn't quite work out. But yeah, we'll just chalk that one up as it happens. Autocorrect has been... There's two people in the world. Those that have been had by autocorrect and liars. Those are the two people in the world. I do like how iPhones allow you to edit messages now, which makes the editing the autocorrect a lot easier. I entered on the initial balance break. Good. Can you just call that a resistance? Just call this a resistance, Alex. Where are you learning this initial balance break now? That's a resistance level. You bought the breakout. That's all you did. You bought the breakout of the resistance. Initial balance break. Where is this stuff coming from? Where? Like, it's a resistance. Good grief. IMO. There we go, MO. Maybe you should change your name to IMO now. IMO Surge. But I'm being serious. Like, I guess I'm an old timer. I'm definitely a newbie to live streaming, but like the channel's been around since 2013. Like, did something change where now like a resistance level is called an initial balance break, whatever that was, initial balance break? Like, what? When did that change? When did we start renaming things as basic as support and resistance? Like, yeah, I guess I seriously am old. Like, get off my lawn, old. Okay, yeah, okay, term popularized. I don't care, like, why? Like, just call it a resistance. So, like, here we have the back test. Back test to the resistance. You would expect it to now act as a potential support. It's the high and low of the... Okay, this is officially just becoming people want to sell a system. So they're just coming up with random things and then naming these things. Goodness. Yeah, no, it all makes sense now. Yeah, that's one thing I have noticed about futures trading. I'll admit is like there's just like I mean there you got all like these terminologies and this that and the other, and it's just like back in my day when I walked to trading school in my bare feet uphill both ways in 7 inches of snow in 100-degree heat, we just called things support and resistance. And I will say the goal is for the stream 125. So let's, if you have not hit the like button, let's make sure we get up there and hit our goal of at least 125. I think with this crowd, we might even be able to set a record. The record being 170 in a live stream. We're only at the 2-hour mark, so I think we got a chance to set a record here today. Hit that like button if you have not yet. And there was a beautiful back test. I'm not sure why I didn't buy it. I will buy it if it comes back down again. Again, very minimal risk on the day because I'm having a terrible afternoon. I'm on basically a 6-trade losing streak right now. So that is why I'm doing things to the minimum. So I would not trust me on this one. My track record says that you should probably be getting short right now. Started off okay, and I got plenty of cushion in this. There we go. I'm in. Like I said, I would not trust me on this one. They got all names. Yeah, no. Yes, Mo. There's so many names out there right now. I'm like, what is going on? I'll pick up one more at the 21 EMA. And then I'll set my stop. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Ken. Maybe we can get down there. Like I said, I literally just don't have it. I don't know what's wrong with me this afternoon. All right. I have 2 now. Let's see if we can get a bounce off of that area. Blue line here is my average price. Oh, brother. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll add 2 more here, and then I'll have my stop below that candle right there. So, buy, and then my sell will be right below there. We'll see if I can get a bounce up through here, though. So, that'll be my first, because I have 2 right now. I'll take one, try to get one off right there. But I still do like the pullback, but at some point you just got to wave the white flag. So that's what I'll do. I'll add 2 more right here, and then my white flag point is down there. And we'll see. But like I said, with my track record this afternoon, ever since I started the live stream, I haven't had a single green trade yet. So I would be doing the opposite of what I'm doing here. Okay, so my do or die line is that red line now. Why the candle? Why that candle specifically? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Why are you even asking me questions? I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I'm the last guy you want to ask about why anything today. So it'll probably stop me out here and then shoot up. So go long at my stop, I think, is the moral of the story here. And I am going to be, I guess, a little bit of a bounce. How did that not stop me out? Okay, everybody get, okay, I'm long there. Or I mean, excuse me, get long there because it's probably going to bounce. I'm sorry, but that was I mean, granted, to be fair, it isn't an overall downtrend still, but I mean, to buy initially that hammer right there, to add a couple more at the 21, to add my final right there, just zero. It never even went green. Like, I can't even sit there and question, maybe I should have just scalped out when it gave me that opportunity at green. I can't even say that. It didn't even give me an opportunity at green. What's the green one profit? Happened before live. Correct, Curls. When I knew what I was doing with my life. That's where the 1K came in. When I knew what I was doing with my life. But ever since I hit the live stream button, I've lost my way. I am now, 0 for 7. 3 just paper trades, I was wrong. And now 4 real money trades that I've actually put on wrong. The only smart thing I've done is I've kept it on the micros. But besides that, my life is in shambles. My life is in shambles. Seriously, just do the opposite of what I do. Now, this is where all the hindsight traders speak up and tell me how I should have played it. Please let me know. Now that we have hindsight, please let me know what I should have done. Everybody prepare yourself for like the perfect trade plans ever. Out of curiosity, does anybody hear a child crying in the background? I'm curious how... You do? No. Huh? Curl says we do. ForceFed says no. That's true. That is a way to get pizza. I like the way you think. This would have been a boy, but they're at the age where they all sound the same. Yep, but not that loud. Okay, all right. Our temporary house right now is like paper thin walls, so like literally my wife and I, my wife yells at me. She's like, "You were being mean to that person." I'm like, "All right, I'll work on it." So I'm trying to be more patient with people today. On Saturday, I got in trouble because these walls, you can hear right through them. So I was told to be nicer. So I'm working on being nice today. How am I doing? Am I being nice or I don't know. I don't know if I'm being nice today. I'm trying. Trolls are trying to press buttons, but I'm just trying to be nice. I don't know. I don't know if I was riled up. I was asking questions. Maybe I did get riled up when it became apparent that they weren't going to give me any detailed. So maybe that. But at first, I was just genuinely curious. Like especially when I'm on the struggle bus. If you see something, let me know. But finally, John Rich said something that's actually true. Good grief. About time, my friend. I agree. Yeah, like I said during that whole trade, you should probably do the opposite. So yeah, I agree with that. Definitely don't be like me. About time you said something accurate. Goodness, took you long enough. Man, just bleed, bleed, bleed. So if anything, I will say the one thing I did do right. I'm glad I had that stop loss. I didn't, if bought more and more and more, because that loss is just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So I'll pat myself on the back. At least I cut the loss. Because, wow, what a rollover. What an absolute rollover. Clay, you are kind. Peeps give heat and pressure completely normal to set boundaries. No, I think a lot of people, they don't quite understand that I am indeed running a for-profit business. So don't get me wrong. I do love to help. I love to coach. I love to teach. But I would be a liar if I sat here and said, hey, the only reason I'm doing this is because I just want to help. I love to help. Again, I like those, but I'm also here to run a for-profit business. So is there maybe a little bit of overacting that comes every now and then for entertainment purposes to ideally drive up live stream numbers? Maybe. I'm just throwing that. Maybe. I'm not going to confirm or deny that. Do people actually get me riled up, or am I like, maybe this could help grow the live stream, put some more money in my pocket? Yeah, maybe there's a little bit of that in here too. I'm not confirming or denying. I'm just throwing out there that yes, while I do genuinely like to help people, while it does generally kind of drive me crazy when I see smart people doing dumb things, is there also the other component? Maybe. I'm not going to confirm or deny any of that. Do some people present the opportunity to create some entertainment? Maybe. Yeah, some of the overacting does come from, like, because I do. It does come from a place of like no, I see myself in you, or it's like if you're literally doing something that's stupid, I'm like, man, I wish you could see that you're doing something stupid. So there is some of it does come from passion, that is for sure, but some of it does come from, the other side of things too. I'll take one for the team. This will bounce at 780. Okay, well, we all know you're not serious force fed because we all know you're not all in at that area because we all know that you don't think that anything will for sure happen. But where's your stop loss? Well, you're not even going to use a stop loss because it will bounce at 780. Any of this crap you use to make a profitable trade? I'm not sure what is being referred to. Any of this crap. Well, you're going to have to define this crap. I'm not sure what you mean by this crap. By the way, person that invented the toilet, John Crapper. Is that true? My shop teacher said that back in 7th grade. And I have not... Did John Crapper invent the toilet? Let's see. No. Oh. Wait. Oh, wait. No, it's Thomas. All right, so we'll take this as much as we can take it as far as the AI. So for those of you that are skeptical, my shop teacher lied to me. I always thought it was John Crapper. No, Thomas Crapper did not invent the flushing toilet, while Crapper was a known plumber who made significant improvements to the bath. Okay, so it's not a total lie. The credit for inventing the flushing toilet generally goes to Sir John Harrington. Crapper is more known for his contributions to making flush toilets more sanitary. All right, so it was Kind of, sort of, not a lie. Kind of, sort of true. How did I get on? Oh, yeah, because somebody said something about crap. About using crap, and I'm trying to figure out what crap they're... Oh, yeah, any of this crap. So, NA, yes. I'm not sure what you mean by this crap. It's going to fill... Okay, now we got all sorts of people that are throwing out these guarantees. Fantastic. Fantastic. Force-fed, the moon is his stop. Got it. Well, I hate to tell you, force-fed, but it did not bounce where you said it will bounce. It has bounced before there. This has been a fun stream. This has been a fun stream. And we still got plenty of time to go. Let's make a run up to 125 likes. Ever hear of option Omega for backtesting SPX options? No. Because Riley, day trading options is worthless. It's literally the dumbest thing you can do of all the things you can do that are dumb. What do you mean? Well, the simple answer would be, why would you choose to deal with theta? Why would you put yourself into that situation when you can trade things that move better than options anyways and also don't have theta? So when I say day trading options makes no sense, I mean that in a very logical, like it literally makes no sense. Sense being defined by logic, logic being defined by math. The math being defined as the fact that theta exists. Now, if you're swing trading options, that's a different story. Theta can be used in very interesting ways. But yeah, day trading options, I sell spreads with stops. So it sounds like you're swing trading options, Riley. If you're selling spreads, that's more of a, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming you are holding things overnight. Whoop, that was quite the snap down. In the 0 day. I would still say there's better ways you could go about it. I heard Pam's... No, I'm not going to explain Pam's plant right now. Dude, option print's way harder than you're expecting. Are you... No, dude, that would be verifiably easily wrong. Options, day trading options are pure garbage compared to futures. I'm like, it's not even close. I love when futures traders are like, option traders are like, oh yeah, well look at these options. It just printed something huge. And it's like, well, let's go take a look at a futures chart real quick. And then the gains aren't even close, especially when you factor in Pam's plant. Especially when you factor in how much money is actually on the line with Pam's plant. And it's not even close. Not even close. Now, again, the claim is not that I'm not saying that day trading options cannot produce big gains. I can see that. I'm just saying they don't create as big of gains, and you're taking on way more risk than you actually need to with other methods. That's all I'm saying. Because oftentimes people get confused. They're like, well, options made this is... I'm like, yeah, day trading options can make big moves. All I'm saying is the moves are not as good as futures, and you have way more at risk, and you're having to deal with theta. So sometimes people argue against things that do not need to be argued against. Nobody is saying, or at least I'm not saying, that options don't make big moves. They do make big moves. They just don't make as big of big moves. And those big moves come with theta. They come with you needing to risk your own capital, which makes no sense. That's all I'm saying. That's all Pam's plan is arguing for. Just want to say thanks, Clay, for the taking profit promo. I signed up $50K yesterday. They want to test. Awesome, Kenny. So, Kenny, let me ask you this real quick. Is this your first time day trading futures? And if so, what did you day trade beforehand? Sounds like we have a new convert, but let's get their thoughts. Because I know it sounds like there's some options day traders here right now that are a little perturbed. But I love options day traders because The live stream is filled now. I think I don't know how many we're at. Maybe at least 10. 10 people that used to day trade options. They trusted Pam's plan to give it a try, and I'm 10 for 10. I guess I don't know if it's 10, but I am at 100%. Every single options day trader that tried Pam's plan has come back and said, "Oh yeah, Clay, you were being honest. Day trading futures so much better than day trading options." 8 months of day trading period. Yes, future. Okay, so you have no experience day trading anything else, Kenny? It's always been futures? Is that what you're saying? Man, another dump. And again, that just summarizes my afternoon, or whatever you want to call this, my live stream session. Makes another nice move up. I'm like, okay, I think this has got at least one more. And I buy the pullback that drifts to oblivion. Again, though, let's turn this into a real life learning lesson. Had I gotten stubborn, had I gone on tilt and like, nope, I'm going to build and build and build and build. I'm going to keep, dollar cost averaging. I'm going to keep going. Well, this account would have been absolutely roasted because look at this move. Again, I finally stopped out right there. Had I gotten stubborn, now look at what this thing is at. Risk management matters. Honor your stops. Use stops. Perfect real life example of that. So yes, it's been a little bit rough, but if I've done one thing wrong on the live stream, I've been using and honoring stops, which is what has allowed me to still stay plenty green on the day. So I haven't done much right today, but what I have done right is I've managed position size, I've chosen the right contracts, and I've used and honored stops. So yes, I am making fun of myself quite a bit. It has been, I've done a lot of, my intuition, my vision, I guess is not quite there, but it just goes to show how far risk management can take you. Because if you're having a day like I am right now, I'm still in the game by a whole lot because at least I'm deploying good risk management. So not to pat myself on the back, but to hopefully encourage all of you, risk management matters. Just futures. Okay, Kenny. Well, good. Well, thank you for supporting the channel. My kids will eat tonight because Kenny used code Clay. So on that note, if you're using Apex or using Take Profit Trader, and if you are against child starvation, use code Clay. I have 6 kids, and the only way my 6 kids are going to eat is if you use that code. So if you do not use code Clay, you are pro child starvation. But if you do use that code, then my kids will eat tonight. So thank you for hearing me out on this public service announcement. How did that 21 EMA work out for you? Okay, so Andrew, is this like one of these? Okay, I get it. Andrew's actually a troll. So Andrew, apparently his strategy is 100%. Apparently. So am I understanding you right, Andrew? You have a 100% win rate strategy? We have somebody here with a 100% win rate strategy, so I'm going to interview him now. Andrew Forte has a 100% win rate strategy. We're gonna reverse engineer this, and we're all gonna be like Andrew and never be wrong. But I want to first make sure we all understand Andrew has a 100% win rate strategy. His strategy is never wrong. So let's make sure that I understand the claims that he's making. We're going to get rich. Please donate a slice of pizza for Clay. Yes, please, with banana peppers on it, if you don't mind. The pullback was perfect 260. Was no. Why would you go long in a? Okay, Andrew, that's not okay. That's all hindsight. Like that's cool story. You told me what I should have done. My question is, Andrew, it sounds as though you have a perfect strategy that you're never wrong. Is that accurate? You have a 100% win rate strategy. Now I realize in hindsight it was a no-brainer entry. I'm not refuting that at all. Sure, in hindsight that was a no-brainer entry point. Fair enough. But what I'm asking you is, are you saying that you have a 100% win rate? Like you have indicators that are always 100%? Like what are we going here? What I'm trying to establish. What are we working with? I'm trying to figure out how good of a strategy am I about to get here. John, we already know about you, John. Like you've already lost all credibility. As a reminder, John Rich is the guy that showed up when it's like, just go the way of the market, just play it short. And he literally, you're gonna seem like I'm lying about this, but I'm not. Like he was literally making all these claims, like right here, right before this big old move happened, and then this move up here. So John is already at zero credibility. He's just helping the algorithm at this point. Nobody has 100%. Okay, cool. But common sense will tell you, okay, fair enough. So you do have losing trades. So if I were to be watching you trade and then you use your indicators and then you followed your strategy, but it was one of those, because to your credit, I'm glad we can agree there's no such thing as 100%. So on that trade, since you do have losing trades, but on that trade at that indicator, whatever it was, I go LOL, and I just, so what would you say to that? Like, because it sounds like we can do the same thing to each other's strategies. Yeah, the 21 EMA did not work there. Fair enough. But it sounds like, to your own admission, within your strategy, there are points where I could do the same exact thing to you. Point at that and then laugh at whatever your reasoning was. So, like, I don't understand. Why would you laugh at somebody else's reasoning? Now, I understand if you have a 100% win rate, then it would make sense. Be like, LOL, look at them doing that. They should have done this because this is 100% win rate. So the fact that this person is doing not something 100% win rate, that is kind of funny. I agree there. But you just said that you're not 100% win rate. So it sounds like I could do the same thing to you. I could look at one of your losing trades and be like, LOL, why would you do that? It was so obvious to do something else. Like, I don't understand. Like, why do traders do that to one another? I just don't get it. The only way that makes sense in my mind is if the trader that's doing that, laughing at somebody else's strategy, is because they have a 100% win rate. Like they have the perfect strategy. So like, I guess I don't know. I don't know why traders do that to one another. I don't know if it's like an ego thing or what. Pardon me, Mr. Perfect. Dumb and Dumber. Don't even try to slide a quote like that. Bring you down for my quick dopamine fix and pretend that negativity doesn't lead to self-sabotage. I don't know what that has to do with anything, Christian. Bring you down for my quick dope. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's being said there. Okay, all right. Andrew has ascended from the meme coin. No, I mean, that's fine. I just find it a weird phenomenon. Like, why do traders do that? Do they not realize that the exact same thing can be done to them for their losing trades? Which, if you're not batting 100%, then you're going to have those things. I mean, I get it. It's the internet. But it's like, are these people not aware of that stuff? I don't know. It's kind of bizarre. I was hoping he had a 100% win rate so he could teach us all how to always be right. Maybe another day. Maybe another day we'll get a 100% win rate trader show up. Again, if you are a 100% win rate trader, then laugh at me because I'm not a 100% win rate trader. But please be willing to teach me what your 100% win rate strategy is. Because if you are doing something that works 100% of the time and I'm doing something that's not, yeah, laugh at me because I'm being inefficient. It's like gossip. It's easier to tear others down that build. Yeah. Don't, Christian agreed. Yeah. Definitely have tightened up in the range here. 5. I can see these little candles here in the range is getting pretty small. Ooh, that's a good saying. That is true. Trading is hard, trolling is easy. Well, it depends what kind of trading. Trading in hindsight is very easy to do. So it's like right now, they're like, well, just go with the trend. Okay, fair enough. Go with the trend. The trend right now is bearish. But like anybody that says go with the trend, okay, well, how exactly are you going with the trend? Does that mean you're getting short right now? If so, I'm not saying that's wrong per se, but okay, well, where's your stop at? Are you getting short on the break? Fine, fair enough. If so, where's your stop at? Are you letting the price come up to you? Fair enough. If so, like what price do you want to see the price come up to you at and then get short? But to just say, hey, just go with the trend. Okay, that's just a broad statement. But like, how do you go with the trend? How are you going to go with the trend? That's where people don't answer stuff. Study NQ, it loves the... That's fine, Andrew. But surely, Andrew, you're not making the claim that every single time it bounces off the 61.8% Fibonacci. Like, that's not... Again, I don't think that's your claim. Is that true? I don't think your claim is that every single time it bounces off the 0.618 on pullbacks. Is that or is that your claim, Andrew? I'm pretty sure it's not because you just said, of course, no strategy works 100% of the time. So I don't want to speak for you, but I think if I'm understanding the flow of your conversation, you would say, well, no, it loves it. It respects it a lot, but not every time. Or another way to put that, Andrew, have you ever had a trade where you've bought the pullback at the 61.8 and then it's been a losing trade? Have you ever had one of those? Yeah, no, that's always a sign of a true. So here's again, this is anecdotal, but what I've noticed is that the successful traders in my community are nothing but positive and encouraging to others. Now, that does not mean that they don't tell people what they need to hear. Sometimes they're hard because they're like, no, what you're doing is not wrong. But they're doing that because, hey, that is wrong. But what they're always positive, they're always encouraging. If the person's disciplined and it's followed their strategy, hey, good job. It doesn't work out like that. That's what I've always noticed. Not once ever have, and again, this doesn't mean that I'm right. But started the community, started the channel, community, all that back in 2013. So I've interacted with many traders, and never once has any successful trader, do they rip on other people? Do they troll on other people? Again, they tell people what they need to hear, but they're not laughing at they just don't do that because they understand how hard it is to be successful. So they're like, hey, let me be positive. So that's always where, again, all anecdotal, but the quickest way to know somebody's probably not successful is when they're making fun of other traders, ripping on them, stuff like that. I'm looking for a change of character to grab the liquidity above that. I'm looking for a change of character. I've never heard that. I'm not quite sure what that means, a change of character. Hey, we're only 3 likes away from the goal. Hit that like button if you're enjoying. Let's get up to 125. I think we have a chance. I really do think we have a chance to potentially break a record of 170. So if you are enjoying, hit that like button. I am tempted to get long here, going sideways, but I don't know. Can this keep going down? Well, yeah, because you're being a moron. Like you are choosing to take on way more risk. Like that's moronic. Like it would be a moronic thing to do, take on more risk than you have to. So yeah, no, I stand by that 100%. Just like I see what you're leaving out, and what you're leaving out, Mo, is that okay, Mo's got to go, and I'm going to explain why. So if you're going to tell half truths, then that's just as a sign of trolling. But on Saturday, I said, Mo, man, I was like king moron. I was a huge moron, and you're being exactly like I was. So I'm not saying this in the sense of anything judgmental. Well, it is judgmental because I see myself in you. Like, you're literally being a moron like I was, and I was a huge moron. Please stop being a moron. And then I proved to Mo, mathematically speaking, how what he was doing literally didn't make sense. Sense being defined as logical, logic being defined as math, right? Because that's what math is. Math offers structure, and that's what logic is. It's structure. And if things don't match up to the structure, then by definition, it makes no sense. And I walked him through that completely. And I'm like, so like literally by definition, if your goal is to do things most efficiently, then what you're doing is moronic. And I literally was like, I've been a moron for the past several years. So what he's leaving out is, yeah, I did call him a moron, but that was framed within already calling myself a moron many times. But see, when you're going to do that and then you reframe it like I just randomly called him a moron, and I can't take any more of that. And anybody that was here yesterday, they witnessed exactly what I was talking, or was here on Saturday, or it was either Friday or Saturday. They witnessed exactly what I was talking about. Exactly. Thank you. Context matters. So if you're going to show up, leave out bits of context, then I just don't have time for that. But Emo was highly emotionally triggered because I said his strategy made no sense. And then I proved to him, mathematically speaking, that it made no sense. And I said, yeah, man, I see myself in you. And I'm telling you, man, I was such a moron for so long. Like, Judd, I'm going to call, is Judd still here? Like, watch this. Judd, okay. Judd, like, you are a moron still, too. Judd is a moron. Judd is like the final person. I'm trying to, like, dude, just try Pam's plant. Stop being a moron like I was. But I guarantee you, Judd's not going to get all offended and run away. So, yeah, Judd, you're a moron. I see myself in you. I was a moron, Judd. Austin was a moron. Daler was a moron. Ranger Walker was a moron. We were all morons, but now we've all, well, I guess to be fair to Austin, he had already been doing futures, but yes. But Judd, because he is actually like, I don't know, he understands the context to which I'm saying he's a moron. Like, I'm not just randomly calling Judd a moron. Like, I'm saying I was king moron. You are being like me. Therefore, you're also being a moron right now. Stop being a moron. I'm not being negative. Well, it is negative, Andrew. When you laugh at somebody else's losing trade because of the indicator they used, just pointing out a good entry to your viewers. No, you're pointing out a good entry in hindsight to the viewers. Anybody can do that, Andrew. So nobody is impressed by you pointing out a good entry in hindsight. How many of you measured out the test leg? Again, Andrew, you're avoiding my question. Why is that? Andrew, have you ever taken a trade where you bought the pullback to the 61.8 and it didn't work out? It was a losing trade. Have you ever experienced that? Have you ever experienced a trade where it pulled back to the 61.8, but then it turned out to be a losing trade? Have you ever had that happen? I don't know why you're avoiding that question. I mean, I do know why, but can you please just answer that? Actually, how many of you measured out the last leg before this? NQ loves it. And yes, there are times it goes to... Okay. Well, so to be fair to Andrew, maybe I should have probably finished reading his message. Okay, so no, because he didn't. So those times where it goes to 72 to 79, are those losing trades for yourself, Andrew? So when that happens, buying the 61.8, like, have you ever bought the pullback and then had that turn out to be a losing trade? Why did you not short 17,875? 17, is that the high? Is that the high? Who said that? Prezi, well played. Well played. No. No, I got it. Well played. As I started to go up, I'm like, oh, I think that's going to be the high, isn't it? Yeah, and it was. Well played. That's good stuff. Because I'm an idiot, Prezi. That's why. That's why I didn't short the top right there. That's why, because I'm a moron, you know? Nobody. It's general good advice to not be a moron. Exactly. Like, let me put it this way. If I'm being a moron, please somebody tell me. Like, if I'm about to cross a super busy street without looking both ways before I do so, please be like, hey, you're being a moron right now. Hey, moron, let me maybe consider this. Let me consider and give you a more efficient way to cross that busy street. Sure, that's why you watch your... Okay, so why did you laugh at my thing? That's like me laughing like, LOL, why would you buy at the 61.8, Andrew? Do you see how that's kind of like why would you do that to some other trader? Because I could have done the same thing for you when you buy a pullback to that level and it doesn't break out or it doesn't work in your favor. So that's what I mean, Andrew. It's just like, what are you doing? Why do you do that to another trader when the same could be done to you? That's my point. Is you have had losing trades buying pullbacks to the 61.8. Okay. Okay, and that's fine. Like, I'm glad you have a strategy, but I'm not going to show up if you're live streaming and then LOL because you bought the 61.8 and it didn't work out. Because as a trader that understands there's no such thing as 100% win rate, of course it's not always going to bounce from that level. It doesn't, Andrew. Okay, I tried, Andrew. You can't seem to connect the dots. Your indicator is not 100% either. So what are you saying? Like right there, Andrew. How come you're not laughing here? I could have shorted up into that area and then had a perfect rollover. You're not laughing right now, are you? Why are you not laughing at the 20? Because, like, what are you doing? Like that? Come on, man. Like, it's not a good look. Like I said, I could go to your live stream if you had one and wait for the moment where you buy the pullback to the 61.8 and it doesn't work out, and then laugh at you, LOL, and then start using hindsight to critique why you shouldn't have done that. Like, what would you think about if somebody did that to you? Like, dude, no strategy is 100%. Like, why are you laughing because my strategy didn't deliver 100% of the time? It's just not a good look. I'd encourage you to not do that. This could be an interesting trade right here. Looking to sell the break of 138. All right, Nasir. Oh, shorten the, wanting to play the low break, huh? I'm assuming stop will be over whatever the high of that candle is. Yeah. All indicator. Well, I take that back. The two key indicators are price itself and volume. All other indicators within their formulas use those numbers. So like the literal only real-time indicator is price action and volume. Everything else is lagging in the form of it's just simply already using those indicators within their formulas. Now, to be fair, yes, there are some indicators that are lagging in a different sense, but to your point, Prezi, yeah, I mean every indicator is lagging in the sense of okay, all that indicator is telling you is it's other data mishmashed in some sort of way. What other data? Well, the price action and volume. Usually just the price action. That's all it's doing. It's a mishmash of other data, and that other data is the data that matters because that's as real time as it gets. Again, if you are enjoying, hit that like button. I learned on Saturday that if I don't say and encourage people to hit the like button, people just don't do it. Like we had super low likes on Saturday, ran that experiment, but lo and behold, I'm asking people to hit the like button and we're doing a great job in the like department. So yeah, hit that like button. All right, is this a short down below this area? Would I like to see it come down here? I'm not going to short it on this break, but if it wants to come down here, consolidate out for a candle or two, give me a tight stop, then I would take that. No, I'm saying a fib is based off of other data. That data being the most important data, the data being the price action itself. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, well, I've been trying. We call it Saturday morning coffee and trade talk. So it's just, I think this last one was like an hour and a half. We just, I'll take requests. We'll look at different charts, stuff like that. So I am indeed saying it's a lagging indicator in the sense of it's taking other data to create itself. But yes, it's not a lagging indicator in the sense of like a moving average is a lagging indicator. but it is still lagging in the sense of it's not the core data. The core data, and why I say, when people ask, what's your favorite indicator? I say candlesticks. Why do I say candlesticks? Because candlesticks tell you what the price is doing, and the price is the king indicator. All other indicators are based off of that one indicator, the price itself. So that's the form that I mean it's lagging. It's still not like the core indicator. All right. So if it can stay below here, yeah, I would get short right there. Oh, never mind. No, I don't want to see it push up above here, or else that's gonna mess up my risk profile on it. Yeah, it just pushed up high. Never mind. All right, we'll try again. Because right now we have, if we use a 21 EMA as a top part, this as a bottom part, and kind of just draw that. We do have a bit of a bear pennant here that's forming. Again, top of the pattern, the 21 EMA, bottom of the pattern, the trend line itself. Andrew, I don't even know if I want you doing that. I somewhat question if that's almost a turnoff. Like, if you're just spamming this live stream everywhere, then people are going to be like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, honestly. All right, knocking on the door. Knocking on the door. I want to have an argument, but I need to show data. See if it wants to roll back over here, retest the bottom part of this pattern. Is this this is a test account. I got one test account passed today. Another one went bye-bye. This one is doing fine. I don't know. I don't know how often. I don't track that stuff, Paulo. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy. I'll let my wife know, because my wife is who cuts my hair. Well, rejected nicely off of the 21 EMA there, coming back down. Waiting for Andrew to laugh. LOL at the 21. Oh, he'll probably say, yeah. So that's what I mean. Right, Andrew? I mean, my claim is not that the 21 EMA works every time, but I think that it's valid to have, and I think we have a good proof of that right here, Andrew. No, but it's easy to laugh at something when you have hindsight in your favor and see that the something did not work in that situation. But notice how Andrew's not laughing here. I'm short at 146, target at 140. Awesomeness here, nothing but respect. If it wants to come down through here, I'll take it short. Stop will be up above the 60 point right here. No, that's what you think is going to happen. It rejected the figure. It's continuing to go lower. Well, I mean, that's what you think is going to go. But again, Andrew, I just question, how come you're not laughing at the 21 EMA here? Is it possible, Andrew, that your hindsight is telling you, well, I can't laugh at that because it actually worked out beautifully perfect there? That's what I'm saying. Don't yeah, it's not a good look. That's all I'm trying to encourage you with, Andrew. Stop running around laughing at other people's losing trades when you don't have a 100% win rate yourself. You should have 1 million sell. Yeah, maybe someday. Just taking it day by day. Day by day. I think we have a chance, though, to break a record here as far as likes. Got to get up to 170. So if you have not hit that like button, do that. We'll make a run at 170. The trend line holds. Five-minute, I mean, every single bounce just continues to get rejected. All these upper shadows. Every bounce, shove back down, shove back down, shove back down. So you got to think the bulls are starting to get pretty discouraged here. On the flip side, though, bears got to get a little bit discouraged because every time they shove the price back down, as of now, the buyers, they're holding strong. They're hanging out. They're not going anywhere either. Back up here to the top of this pattern. Again, I'm not using a trend line for the top, just using that 21 EMA. So there's the top, there's the bottom. So we have this wedge. So we'll see if it wants to try to make a push to the downside or not. I guess I can get rid of these lines up here. Whoa, that was a nasty candle. I don't know. I don't want to have my stop all the way up there now. Yeah. Let's see. Does it want to break and flush? There's been no real aggressive buying or selling, still figuring out direction, I suppose. Yeah, right now it's been pretty choppy down at these lows. There is the break, but even that, not exactly the most awe-inspiring event right here. We'll see if it wants to get some... I mean, no guarantees, but if this thing can get a little bit more separation, you would think it'd at least go down to retest the lows of the day, which is what that white line is representing. But yeah, as I said, there's been, especially after this candle, that candle, for it to not get really any sort of follow through at all, and now to see this, yeah, that's relatively tricky. Yeah, goodness. Scalpers out there, I mean, the 21 EMA for scalpers has been just an ATM machine. Now, granted, this is all hindsight trading. Full disclosure, like it's easy to do what I'm going to do, but just right here, rejected for a scalp. Right here, rejected for a scalp. Right there, rejected for a scalp. So a 21 EMA ATM machine on this right here. But this treadle, I mean, this is just crazy. Especially after this candle, for it to have been green and then got shoved back down. And yet, no bulls are really panicking. as it just continues to go sideways here. For those new to day trading, swing trading, I have been doing this since 2020, major profits and major losses. So after 5 years, I'm barely positive, maybe 10%. Just shows you how hard it is. Thanks for sharing, EJ. Appreciate the transparency there. And wow, just refuses to budge. I was right on the fence. I don't know. I'm getting short there. So finally did something right. I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold off. Not a whole lot has been done right today other than risk management. Again, if you are enjoying, we're going for 170 likes today on the stream, which would be a record. So if you are enjoying, please hit that like button. Let's keep the party going. This has been a fun, it's been just not so good for me. This has been my worst stream. Well, in terms of, like, I just been on a total cold streak on this one. To give, for those of you that are maybe just logging on, to give a little bit of context, when I started, this was at plus 18. And I have had, I don't know, 4 or 5 losing trades. Again, all small, all controlled. The last one I got somewhat aggressive with, and I added, and then still when I put in my, my kind of line in the sand, it didn't care about that. But I will say, so the learning lesson here, first one, it was coming up, came back down. I was like, okay, pulled in the hammer right there. I was like, okay, let me buy right here as we build out, ideally, a bull pennant pattern. Get a nice little, and then maybe get something like that. It dropped down. I was like, okay, I still like it. Bought some more there. Bought some more somewhere around there, and then my stop was right there. So that was a bigger loss. But my point is, that is the power. That is why you want to use risk management. Because had I lost my mind and kept buying more, that move right there is account gone. Game over. So if anything, hopefully that's been the one learning lesson from a lot of people. Maybe not necessarily a learning lesson, but just reemphasizing the importance of risk management and all that. It's one of those, I guess I better just do the opposite days. And there is finally the breakdown starting to come. Could you explain what I did for the 1,000 winner? That was 2 trades. Where was that at? Somewhere around here. I was scalping out this move around here somewhere. I don't remember. Because that's what roasted. That was no. Okay. I think no. I might be lying to you, Salty Warpick. I think it was this move right here. As it came, yes, that was it. That was it. It came back down. So I took a couple scalps in this area. And actually, I want to say, to add drama, that, and I survived by the skin of my teeth by avoiding that big bounce up, but I had actually been, I was out quite a bit before that big spike happened right there. But yeah, right there, I took a couple scalps on the short side as it started to roll back down. And then, yeah, I just kept trying to capture the bottom. In some sense, it's to illustrate the fact, a learning lesson, that, when you try to catch the bottom, it's hard. It's not easy to do. Because I was buying at very logical areas. I was buying like during hammer candles and all that sort of stuff. But, and then we had, who will go down in infamy, somebody showed up. Hey, just go short. You're supposed to be playing the trend. Go short. And they were literally saying this stuff all right here. John Rich will live in infamy to have it just go up right there. But, yeah. Good job, Nasir. Got your 6 points. I had a dream 5 pro accounts and then losing those accounts the same day. Yeah, Paulo, I'm not copy trading. I'm trying to go a little slower, methodically, but I have no need to rush anything here. Power of many streams of income. But yeah, you can go big or go home with the copy trading. Sometimes it'll send you home. But I appreciate the transparency there. Took a bit, yeah. Good job, Nasir, being patient. Do you play the back test? That's the question. Do we get a back test and go? Does it come up here, hit there, and then roll back over? That is the question. Let's see what happens with it. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at the ES out respect to the 21 EMA. Odd. Why, yeah, anyways, I've made my point. Just to everybody, just don't be like that. Don't be like that to other traders. We all need to, if we see something doing something stupid and you can prove why it's stupid, then please tell them you're doing something stupid. Here's how it's stupid. And prove it to them. And don't like, well, that's not my preference. It's like, okay, well, that's different because we're all going to have different strategies, which is fine. But other than that, just like, hey, man, I see it didn't work out. That's fine. It happens. Riot appears to have bottomed on monthly chart, but we know I'm no expert. Well, and Riot, EJ, you're not day trading stocks, are you? I hope you're not still day trading stocks, because you've already heard about Pam's plant. I've got a pro account with 180 of drawdown left. Not a. Do you have any on standby, Salty War Pig? Do you have any past tests that you can just plug and play from there? I like the way Clay thinks. Heavy emphasis on awareness greater than... Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. Like, traders are just a bunch... I mean, think about what the stereotypical trader is. Like, that says enough about what sort of people, like, kinds of tends to, like... Yeah, again, it's just... ego has quite a bit of area in the trading world. But I'm just trying to get a simple life. I just want a simple life, that's all. I'm about to pass another. Nice. Well, use that as kind of consolidation that, because that's what I think is the ticket for me, is just have several pass. That way there's not so much pressure on the pro account of, I don't want to blow this thing up because then I got to go through the test period again. But if you know that you already have some passed, then you can just plug and play. In my theory, for me at least, I think that'll provide peace of mind. Like, because... Scared money don't make money, but it's easy to trade scared if you're like, I don't want to blow this thing because then I got to go back to the test phase. But if you have one that's ready to go, then I think that's my theory at least is that that'll make life easier. All right, I'll be back in a second. And new lows. Are we entering back into just the JGS stage? JGS meaning just go short. I watch all take by zero. His best advice is to buy biggest account and trade 1/5 of the max contracts allowed, and you'll have a fighting chance. I don't know, Andrew. Does it? I'm not sure. Valid question? Or are you trying to say something else cleverly? I'm not quite sure. Andrew is, I'm not quite sure how to read Andrew yet. I can't quite figure out where. So that's why I'm not quite. Are you trying to say something through asking me that question, or is that a genuine question? So that's the only reason why I ask, is I'm struggling reading you, Andrew. Okay, getting a bit of a bounce here. Trade RT. I don't know what RTY stands for, Paul. Trade RTY. RTY like a ticker symbol, RTY? I feel like Clay can day trade better with the buzz. That's kind of random. Well, right back up and then smacked it back down. No, I don't day trade ETFs or stocks. I used to, but then I discovered those things are a waste of time. It doesn't make any sense. You're taking on way too much risk. So yeah, day trading ETFs or stocks, like I said, used to do it. Used to day trade options too, but that's just not smart. There's better ways. There are better ways to go about it. So no, I do not trade the RTY. Oh, RTY is a futures ticker? Yeah, then I'd probably answer that question. Nope, I definitely don't do it. I didn't even realize that was a futures ticker. I'm just used to people putting a backslash in front of the ticker. So yes, my lack of even knowing what that was, I do not trade it. I pretty know. What ones do I know? I know the YM. That's a SP 500, or no, I'm sorry, that's the Dow Jones. I know the MES, or the ES, that's a SP 500. NQ is the Nasdaq. GC is gold. CL is crude oil. And I think after that, I don't know. I don't know any other futures ticker symbols. Okay, yeah, had you put the slash in front of RTY, then I would. No, I do not trade that. Nope. Do you? If so, how is it? Do you enjoy it? Is it pretty, do you recommend trading it? I don't know if I've talked with anybody that's traded the RTY. I think the only traders I've come across are those that trade gold, which is GC, YM, which is the Dow Jones, NQ, Nasdaq, and ES. M2K is micro. Gotcha. Shorting Tesla is a safe play. Earnings tomorrow. They will be wrecked. Gotcha. Sounds like EJ's got some guaranteed money for people. Go short Tesla. Buy puts. We'll call him EJ the Lambo man. He's going to get everybody a Lambo. EJ the Lambo man. Clay, would you do a life in the vlog for us? That would be cool. No. Because quite frankly, I mean, it's an interesting suggestion, but you got to just be willing to do things and fail. And we've already tried that. It was a pretty big fail. Let me see. Oh, yeah. So here's like our attempt to, hey, let's show Clay behind. Let's just show kind of a normal life. But nobody cares. No, where's the trader life one? Where did that go? Oh, there it is. Trader Life. Okay. So we tried this. And, no, we'll go to... Somehow these other videos got in the Trader Life category. So these were supposed to be like behind the... Oh, I did. These are classics. Like if you've not watched the mean tweet ones, you got to watch the mean tweet ones. Right? We got the idea off of, was that Jimmy Kimmel? So I don't know, one of the late night shows did mean tweets. So this is pretty funny. Here I thought everybody... They're not. You're a parasite, total scum. Okay, there's one. I'm a parasite. He's a pathetic waste of life who thinks he's hot stuff. Oh, man. This person does not like me very much. This person wants me to die in a fire. By the way, and I kid you not, these people all think that I run a penny stock shorting hedge fund and that their penny stocks went down because I instructed my penny stock shorting hedge fund to short their stock. I know that sounds like I'm just like making, but that's literally like what these people think. That's why they hate me so much. They think that I have a penny stock shorting hedge fund, and if you're a member of my group, then you are part of this, and that we all go and like short your penny stocks into the ground. So that's where all these people, I wish I could say I was making that up, but I'm not. Let's see what. Unequivocally, you are the worst trader I have ever seen. Thanks again. That's why I like you want to talk so, but then sell memberships. Yeah, you have become an absolute contrary. Okay, yep. So that's one where Clay was here yesterday. Bottom line, they are. So that's what I mean. They is referring to like my supposed group where we short penny stocks. They are a pimple on the, you can finish, of an elephant. Clay, does it bother you that you're, yeah, okay. Clay Trader 25, more like Gay Trader 20. So, I mean, I am a happy trader. I think that's what that meant by calling me Gay Trader 25, that I'm happy, right? He's a loser who apparently was... He's a loser who apparently wasn't hugged enough as a kid. Just look at his picture. Guys, we can't afford to fight against each other. We know who the real enemy is. That's what I mean. Me and my group, me and my penny stock shorting hedge fund, we are the real enemy. Seriously. Seriously does it. Seriously does. Always want to punch that face. At least change picture so people don't put a face to the hate. So I have a punchable face. Fair enough. The only thing short... The only thing short is between Clay Trader's legs. When you got bull like these, you ain't scared of a group of nerds. So there it is. Group of nerds. Like my group, we like short stuff. Okay, this person wants me to consider the other option to kill myself. I don't know if, should I not say that, or the Elgrim gonna not like me? So there's, how did I, oh yeah, because somebody's asking me, like, hey Clay, you should do a behind the scenes. So yeah, I tried that. I tried doing some movie reviews. That was a massive failure. But you know, you can't be scared to fail in life. You know, you can't be scared to fail in life. And all these videos. So like here's one. Did a tour of my old home office. Friday fun day. We went and I saw a movie. Did that. Here's this one. You know, tried to do the vlog thing. Here's like a little vacation that we did. But I mean, these videos did terrible. I mean, it's just. Like I said, it just didn't work out. It didn't work out, and that's okay. That's okay. Don't be scared to fail in life. I failed here. This was, well, here's another mean tweets 2.0. I should probably... The conspiracies have died down, so I've done this before. I'm doing it again. Your act has grown so old. Hope you die a painful, slow death. Again, the act being shorting penny stocks, Like I said, I don't think I could gather up as many because I don't think people... I think these conspiracies have died down for the most part, but I'm not quite sure. This guy looks like he has some massive man boobs. Moobs. Do you need a bigger shirt? Be honest with yourself. Do us a favor and at least do us a favor and never post again. Worst chart guy. Yeah, Clay is here. Most useless person on StockTwits. Oh, that was kind of, I mean, that's nice compared to these other ones. I can't believe people would listen to this knucklehead. You stupid hemorrhoid. We won't allow you to take this down. There we go. We won't allow you to take this down. As if I'm some magical, mystical creature that has a penny stock hedge fund that's going to short them. You're a horrible stock trader. Get out of my company. I want to sell everything that you're in. Okay. Shut up, Clay. You scam artist loser. Okay. There you have it, folks. Zero bid coming in. Kiss of death. Yes, I'm the kiss of death. Clay trader under investigation with ties to Knight, CDL. I mean, okay, so this person thinks that I'm under investigation with all these market makers because somehow I'm in cahoots with them and I'm causing their stocks to go down. Like I said, you can't make this stuff up. Welcome to the conspiracy world of you're a cancer to the world. Your own mother hates you. Oh, man, I forgot how funny this is. Get back in the closet with the fairies. Okay. See what he brings. This poster only. Registered yesterday on iHub and it already is an expert on it. Clay's post. Summon demons who have never heard of the stock to short the bejeebies out of it and leave a half-eaten carcass to rot in a trading range for weeks. Again, you think that I was making this up 10 minutes ago and I said, no, there's people that believe like I have magical, mystical powers to cause their penny stocks to go down. This for Adam Carl, kill yourself. Alrighty. Should I? Well, it was meant to be one. Sorry for the confusion. So this is from Mandy in Wonderland. Probably doesn't mean much coming from a 23-year-old, but I'd figure I just post it. Being the whole time, all I kept saying was, wow, he's hot. So I just threw that one in there just to like, wait a second. Somebody said something nice. But look at that. Look at that. Somebody actually had something nice to say about me. Thank you, Mandy. I mean, this video was like from 10 years ago. So, man, I don't know where you're at in life, Mandy, but thank you. I'm glad that at least one person had something nice to say about me. But anyways, so if you want to, well, I'm kind of telling you all the funny ones right there. But, yes, so Paulo, to get back, I did try what you're suggesting, and it was a pretty big failure. Not a whole lot of people were interested. Some of these I think maybe people aren't help because I did some like stuff about real estate. Yeah, going and hanging out with people. So there's a real estate so this is the ugly side of real estate. Just fair point. I know real estate is like, oh yeah, it is. I love real estate investing, but that one was cool though. From that house, I got a machete. They literally had a machete. It was amazing. Let's see. Oh yeah, so here's honestly a good. I learned this from this deal. If you do get in real estate investing, so let me give everybody a real estate investing tip. So if somebody stops paying you, then keep paying their trash, because, and this seems very obvious in hindsight. But if they're not paying you, then yeah, they're clearly struggling to pay their bills. One of those bills is trash pickup. And if they stop paying their trash pickup, which they probably have, this is what you're going to end up with. A whole bunch of garbage. There is garbage everywhere in this house. Everywhere. It's so sad. Like, these people, like, if I can figure out, I can't remember if I showed it or not. Yeah, okay, so look back here in this back room here. Trash everywhere. So for anybody in real estate, if you don't know this or if you're thinking about getting into it, as soon as payments stop showing up, get a hold of the trash company in that area. Say, hey, is this address still paying their bill? If not, tell them, I'd like to pay it. And then let the person know, be like, hey, even if they're avoiding you, they're still getting your messages. Just let them know, hey, I'm paying your trash bill. So please, you don't have to live in trash. You can still put your trash out. It'll still get picked up. So that's something that I learned on that one. But anyways, I got super distracted. But there we go. There's a real estate tip of the day. Pay people's trash bill, or else they're just going to throw it in the backyard, in other parts of the house, in the basement. And then you have, after you evict them and take the house back, you're going to have even bigger of a mess to pick up. So it's worth the small fee to just pay the bill. When is the last time we have a significant bounce that held? Yeah, I don't know, Richard. That is a great question. I don't have an answer to that one. Do you have a live session daily? Yeah, I've been trying to live stream daily. Usually I'm here at the latest 11 a.m. Eastern. I prefer futures over stocks. I'm glad to hear that, Roman, or Paul Roman, because in the category of day trading, stocks, category of day trading, stocks are terrible compared to futures. Penny stocks don't even care. Yeah, those videos, that was from years ago now, when penny stocks were a little bit more relevant. That was even before, like, pretty much crypto days. Because I know right now kind of crypto is taking over pennies. Reminds me of the Mean Tweet song in AGT. Why do you think people react in that horrible way? Because people literally thought that I was in charge of a penny stock shorting hedge fund, and then like their stocks would go down, which nobody likes to see their positions go down. Whatever you're trading, nobody likes a losing trade. But what people really don't like to do is have to blame themselves for their poor decisions. But if they can find somebody else to blame, which happened to be me, like I was some sort of magical, mystical thing that was causing their stock to go down because I have a penny stock shorting hedge fund, then they lashed out. They were not happy with me. But yes, unfortunately, nobody really cared that much about behind the scenes. I'd have to go back and look at the analytics on maybe some of those real estate videos. All right, back to the 21. And when you know what, as of right now, that's right where it bounced off of. Now, will it continue to bounce off it? I don't know, but kind of a weird area where that just happened to bounce down from. So right there, scalpers that wanted to play off that level, they got paid right there. They're getting paid. Hey, let's do we have any likes out there that if you're enjoying, hit that like button. I'd love to get this up to at least 150 likes. 13 away from that. Any more likes? If you're enjoying, make sure you look at that right off the 21 EMA. Right off of it. Yet earlier somebody was laughing because one of my trades off the 21 EMA didn't work, and then I get laughed at. But did you watch most of the real estate ones? Good stuff. Good stuff. Again, if you are enjoying, hit that like button. Would love to. In fact, let's do this. I'll go a little bit beyond 3.5 hours if we can get this up to 150 likes. So in the next 7 minutes, we need 12 more likes, or I guess I'll put the metric there, or $20 in super chats. So that's how I'll gauge, are people still interested? Let's get 12 more likes in the next 7 minutes, or $20 in super chats. I think that's reasonable. But if not, I mean, it's a 3.5 hour stream. But yeah, we'll see if we want to keep the interest going or not. Can you do a movie review of Brokeback Mountain? No, that was the first movie review I did. Maybe he will show some more hate video. There is 3 of them. I did Mean Tweets 3.02. So there is actually one more that I could show. Get some more mean tweets in our lives. My wife, that really, like, I don't even share the mean stuff with my wife. Like, that really upsets her. Like, how can people be so mean? I'm like, it's the internet. It's the internet. But I like Mandy. Mandy was nice. Just hovering around these lows. Once again, rejected back down. I think we have pretty much all the likes out there taken care of because we were stuck at 139. Again, if we get up to 150, we'll go. I guess we'll just make this the longest stream. Mandy was just saying you're hot. Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. That might have actually not been a compliment. That's true. Well, that just ruined my day. I thought at least one person out there had something nice. Thanks a lot, Mark. Now I have to question whether Mandy was even being nice about things. Yeah, I can't, like, I can't short these lows. It's just, it's too sketchy right now. If anything, I'm thinking long. I'll go long there. Stop down there. About time for a pushback through the 21 maybe. I go to lunch and come back and it's still dropping. No, I haven't really made any trades. I'm going to try long here again. And if it goes down, I will be curious. Why are you going against the trend? That's fine. But if it does bounce, not a single one of those people will show up and say, why did you go against the trend? They'll be like, hey, good job catching the bottom. That was obvious the trend was over. So those are the people that were waiting. Where it becomes obvious the trend is over, or if it doesn't work out, why am I going against the trend? So that's, or else there will be no trade because we have less than 4 minutes to get 11 likes or $20 in super chats, and it's not like we're looking like we're going to hit it. So I'll take it that the interest levels have officially come to a peak and that we've lost interest. Which is fine. I get it. Like after 3.5 hours, I hear you. I hear you. Well, now it's bouncing back up, so close yet so far away. We'll see if it wants to come back down, though. 735 for a short. Are you going to short it there, Judd? Are you in futures now, Judd? Did you switch, Judd, or are you still in moron mode? Come on, Judd. Please tell me you're in futures now. Come on, Judd. Come on. Man. Judd, like, I thought I was a stubborn donkey. Judd is making me look like I don't even know. What would be trying to help a brother out? I appreciate it. But I'm thinking long here, but I did not get filled. I wanted along at that green line. It just didn't work out. I don't know. Do we have a chance? Could we actually get 6 likes in the next 2 minutes? Maybe. Or I don't know. Maybe somebody drops a $20 super chat, Knight in Shining Armor. I don't know. But we might have a chance. Got to get up to 150 likes in the next 2 minutes, and we'll keep the stream going. Trying to bottom out. I got push-ups today. Maybe I'll do those on live stream. I don't think the camera. Do some push-ups, do some trading. 4 more to go. If you want this stream to continue, hit that like button. We might have a chance. Well, technically, we need 5 more to factor in the JJ effect. Oh, there's 10. We need 10 more. We need 10 more. Ken just did half. I said 20, right? Or did I say 10? I may have misspoken. What did I say? If I said 10, then so be it. Send you know your extra. Oh, yeah. All right. That's a pretty intense threat right there. Come on, 4 more likes. You said 20. All right. Well, come on now. Don't let Ken. Oh, now 5 more likes. See? JJ effect kicking in. Come on. 4 more likes. Let's keep the party going. Oh, JJ just showed up. I'm going to go a little. Oh, there's 5. I'll go a little bit while longer. I honestly would feel bad. Somebody did I got 15 and then I'm just going to end. That's good. Nah, we'll go a little bit longer. But yeah, hit that like button. Let's get it up over 150 at least. I'm going to get short there. I'll put a stop up over here. See if this thing does want to roll back over. And then only one to get filled at that red line. Oh, coming back up. I like the candle, but like I said, I'm only one to get filled if it wants to hit me at that red line. If it goes up above the green line there, I will cancel my short because the risk profile will be, so right off that green line. So far, so good. But if the price does go up through, in fact, let me move this up now. There we go. Nope, got to cancel that out. Risk profile has changed too much now. Stream for 24 hours. Yeah, I don't think my my wife or family would appreciate me gone 24 hours. That'd be a little bit. I think that'd make me a deadbeat dad. Would that make me a deadbeat dad if I did a 24-hour stream? I guess I don't know if everybody was using code Clay. Maybe they'd be like, yeah, keep going, keep going. By the way, if you're an Apex user, if you're a take profit trader, prop firm trader, and you're wanting to support the channel, code Clay, CLAY. My kids will eat. If you do not use code Clay, that means you are pro child starvation. Code Clay. Well, ooh. What is that? 55? Yeah, I'm getting short there. That matches up nicely with the 5-minute 2. See if I can get short at that level. Come on. And this is mainly based off of the 5-minute time frame, which I'm looking at over here. But we're watching it on the 2-minute right here. Again, I would do the opposite of what I'm doing right now with my track record since I've been on live stream. So it'd probably be wise to go long where I'm looking to get short. Based on the track record, you might want to do the opposite. Anything can happen today in these markets. Could close. Yeah, no, there's a lot of... Come on, just a little bit more. Put my stop up at that green line. Lambos for food stamps, that's right. Hey, we are at 150 likes. Very good. Oh, so close, yet so far away. I'll give it another chance to come up there. I suppose I could do this. Get short here. Come back up. Come back up. Oh! It's too slow on that one. All right, well. Again, what I was watching is, yeah, you guessed it. Look at that. 21 EMA on the 5-minute. Essentially bounced right off of it. But not close enough for me. So it was a double whammy. Notice we had this trend line. So it was the back test of the trend line and the 21 EMA basically were at the same exact level. So I was trying to get short right at that area, but as you saw, it did not quite go up high enough. So that's what I mean. That's where it's easy to be like, oh, look, I would have shorted there and I would have made money. Like just looking at the situation, that's why trading's hard because, yeah, I nailed it. Oh, you have that. It rejected. But notice what happened in the real world of trading. Did I actually get filled? Well, no, I didn't quite get the entry point right. So that's where you have to be very careful to look at a situation, make some claims, see those claims work out. Like, oh, I think it'll go up there, hit that area, and then get rejected back down. Oh, look, that's what happened. Therefore, I made money. No, because maybe you didn't get in like I did. I was oh so close yet oh so far away. So that is where you got to be very careful as a trader. And, as a new person, it's easy to think that you're a way better trader than what you are. Because, like I said, you make those bold claims, but they're very open-ended. And then, because they're pretty open-ended, like, oh, yeah, it would have worked out. You got to always factor in the finer-tuned details. As it now comes right back down. Beautiful move, beautiful move. In hindsight, why didn't I just play right off the 50-period moving average? That would have been fun. Why did I have to get up there? Easy to say that all now with hindsight. Do I try it again? I don't know if I trust it now. Waiting for Judd to get... Yeah, what was actually Judd said? What did he say? He said 735 for the short. Oh, I guess I don't know where Judd's stop loss would have been. I don't know if I would have survived Judd's... Did he ever give one? No, he just said the entry. All right. So I was going to say, I don't know. 730, that might have been somewhat of a tough short to... Yeah, I mean, you would have had to have had at least a 20-point stop. I would not have felt comfortable with the 20-point stop. So I would not have been able to weather the storm had I gotten in at the 735. To be fair to Judd, though, maybe he would have had no problem with a 20-point stop, so he might have weathered it. Nope, Judd would have been stopped out too. So I like it. Some honest hindsight trading there. I don't know. Now the question becomes, is this a worthwhile? Can you trust the bull pennant? If we use the 50 period as the resistance, and if we use this little area as the support, is this a trustworthy bull pennant? We'll see. I don't know. I don't trust it because the overall trend is still down. But would I call you crazy for trying to play a bull pennant here? No, I don't think I'd call you crazy either. I personally don't trust it, but I don't think you're being totally irrational to maybe try to play a break of the pattern here. Again, I'm not going to take it, but if you told me you were, it's like, all right, yeah, I see the logic. Just make sure you're managing risk. It's crazy. We're only 20 away from a record. I'm very curious. I wonder if we could pick up some momentum. So yeah, if you are enjoying it and you have not used your like button yet, but you're enjoying and want to be part of a potentially record-breaking stream, hit that like button. We're going for 170 likes. We going for 170. Oh boy. If this comes down here and then comes back up, I think I'm going to try a breakout right there. Does it look the same as it did the last time it broke the 21 EMA? I'm not quite sure what is meant by look the same. Or doesn't that matter? Does it look... Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you mean by does it look the same. I don't know. Am I cray-cray? Am I cray-cray for wanting to buy the breakout there? Maybe I am. I will say I can feel my brain right now. It's a little... Yeah, weird. This is the longest stream ever. And before I said, yeah, I've noticed right around the 3.5 hour mark, my brain, I mean, it starts to get a little loopy. And right now I am definitely feeling it. So I have no idea. Is that actually smart or am I just doing this just because, hey, why not? And I don't know. Decent spot to buy, in my opinion. Set a stop below the 20 EMA. The 20? Okay. This is the 21 for me. I could also see just shorting right here with the idea that this is going to break to the downside. Because again, that's the question right now. There is the bull pennant. But is this going to be and like I said, it would not be shocking if this failed to the downside. That would just be a bull pennant being overwhelmed by the overall trend. So I don't think anybody would be shocked if that, fell to the downside. But do you buy the breakout right there? That's the question. Yeah, it is trying to swim upstream, but man, this stream is pretty. Like, how much slower can this stream go? We're down 600 points right now. Is anybody feeling bullish on this? Who's buying the breakout here? Anybody? Is anybody buying that breakout? I can't do it. I can't do it. The trend has just been too powerful down. Just cannot do it. I like that we are under swing lows and about halfway down in the 4-hour charts range. Yeah. I just can't pull the trigger there. Which I guess means, because I've done, so I guess that's what people should be doing. You should buy the breakout, because I didn't. And with the track record today, it's due opposite of Clay Day. Due opposite of Clay Day. Come on, Cletus. Come on. Do it, Cletus. You went short? Where's your stop at, Frank? Frank went short. So he did do what he was supposed to do. Wait, no. I was supposed to go long. I did not go long. So Frank just did totally he went short. Where's your stop at, Frank? Oh, he posted in the chat room. Yeah, right now I should have bought the breakout. It's holding up now. Can it get more push through? It is struggling right now on the 5-minute with that 21 EMA. So it makes sense right now why we're seeing it struggle here on the 2-minute. Because on the 5-minute, it's currently struggling with the 21 EMA. So that explains the struggle right now on the 2-minute here. So this is really just a battle of, once again, that 21 EMA here. So can it push up through there? Short 749, stop 759. Frank, I know you're stubborn, and you said, but I'm telling you right now, like, based on where you have your stop, the class could help you, my friend. The mentorship could help you. But you said, you know what? I'm stubborn. It takes. I need to be punched in the face several times. Fair enough. Fair enough. So right there, I think just took him out on the stop. Like I said, you should, like I said, I should have bought, I didn't. And the mere fact that I did not buy when I should have bought, like I said, you should have done it. And look at that. It worked out just fine. That's kind of the day it's been. Yeah, I would just say at some point, Frank, you have to acknowledge to yourself, are you actually serious about this? Or are you just here to like degen gamble? Like, I'm not saying that's what you're doing, Frank, but that is going to have to be a conversation you have with yourself. And are you just covering up that fact with, well, I'm just stubborn. I'm just a moron. Like, is that just your cover for you're just wanting to have fun and just, kind of do stuff? Okay, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying be aware of yourself. Be aware. Well, there is the breakout. Did anybody buy that breakout? Like I said, we had it mapped out. That being the bull pennant, I did not trust it. I hesitated. I did not buy, and it's been working out beautiful. So for anybody that did buy the breakout, congratulations. Good job. Dividend cake, still long. Target 863. I think you got your target. Yeah, you did get your target. Good job, dividend cake. I saw the breakout in the works, but no balls to get in. Yeah, I was in that club too. Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations. Again, it's due opposite of Clay Day. Clay did not buy the breakout, even though he said he probably should have, but he didn't. So that means you should have. And it worked out. Why sit here and just watch the balloon float away? I just started Up Your Futures classes. You provide really good info. Glad to catch you live. Well, thank you, Rasta. I'm glad you're finding those helpful. If you don't mind, hit that like button on those videos. It's helpful. I got back in those lows for a swing trade. It meets my long criteria. I don't think it's a cover because I'm about 4 weeks since my first trade ever and starting to feel that deeper EDU may be required at some point. Makes you wonder, well, what point? Correct, Frank. Frank, I mean, if you can afford it, like, why wouldn't you? And now it's coming back down a little bit. Draw a line from 9:40 a.m. Draw a line from 9:40 a.m. What is that 9:40 a.m.? Where's 9:40 a.m.? Okay, there's I don't know what. Are you talking about that line? I'm not sure what that means. Hit the over the buffer benchmark. Very good, Evil Shattuck. So now you have the question. Do you build the buffer or are you going to take a payment? Well done, Evil Shattuck. You have now entered into a good problem to have. Do you? And again, I'm going to turn this into a quick plug. Evil Shattuck is a member of the mentorship. And here we go. He just entered into payment territory on his prop firm, which means he has accomplished something that not a whole lot of people. Hit the afford is a great word. Remember when I started? Yeah, not you. Remember all the money I had about. Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough, Frank. I couldn't remember that, but yeah, well, you know where I stand on it, but I understand everybody's kind of got to go about their right way of quote unquote being convinced. So since you missed your buying opportunity, what would be your next move? Nothing right now. For a couple of reasons. I'm pretty mentally burnt out. And plus, I'm a little annoyed that I didn't take that. So mentally burnt out plus being annoying, probably not a recipe to make a good, coherent trade. What's the advantage of building the buffer? Well, then you have more wiggle room. Like you could weather storms a little bit easier. In theory, you could take a $10,000 loss and still have your account. But you'll get all sorts of opinions on whether you should build a buffer or just pay yourself. But yeah, the advantage of building a buffer is you have more wiggle room. It will become harder and harder for you to break rules and actually lose your account. So that's the simple answer. The more the buffer, the harder it is to actually have the account taken from you because you've broken the rules. I believe you, Frank. I fully believe that. Yep, I hear you, and I believe you. A lot of people say stuff, and it's just like, yeah, I don't believe you. Like you're, you know, a lot of people, believe it or not, in life, and especially on the internet, a lot of people are talkers. They say stuff, but then when it comes to actually doing the stuff they say, shocker, they don't. They don't. But I actually believe you, Frank. So what are you gonna do, Evil Shaddix? Are you gonna pay yourself or try to build a little bit more buffer? Or are you still thinking through it, Shaddix? But good job. Fantastic job. Getting himself paid. That's the goal with the prop firm. Get yourself paid. Now, yeah, the 5 minute now is kind of just a grind. Go to 940. What is at 940? I don't understand. What's at 940? Okay, there's not. What am I doing at 940 right now? Why am I at 940? Okay. This candle is 940. Top to top. I don't know. What do you mean top to top? I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of that means. Draw a line to now. What does that mean? Draw a line to where now? Like you have to define now. Draw it to now. Like where now? Like the top here, the top here. Definition makes guiding somebody a little bit easier. The more terms you define. He wants a line from the top of the 940 candle to now, I think. I think that's what he means, but like where now? Like he wants. But anyways, I am totally mentally spent. So we're gonna call it good. Before I go, please indulge me as I do a little advertising here. First time I've advertised all stream long. I am offering a webinar this Thursday. So if you want to learn more about the tools I'm using, how I'm managing risk, how I'm being as consistent as possible, check out the free class. It's right there. I'll put a link in the chat room. Would love to have you. If you want to join myself and other really good quality traders, many of the traders way better than I am, I do offer a private community. So that link there will take you there. And then if you want to, get on board Pam's plant, meaning you want to day trade futures through a prop firm and you want to use the prop firm that I'm using and recommend and just help support the channel, you can check out that link up above or, just use the link in the pinned comment and use code CLAY and for a Take Profit Trader. And this would be for beginners. If you're beginners to the world of prop firm trading, Take Profit Trader. But if anybody here is advanced and you're already, kind of in the world of prop firms, you understand them. Maybe you already do Apex and you're just looking to add some more accounts or get some more whatever. And again, if you just want to support the channel at Apex right now, they are doing the 80% off sale. So code CLAY there. But again, this is for more advanced prop firm traders. If you're brand new to the world of prop firms, Apex is going to be very overwhelming to you. So fair warning there. And again, if you're a beginner, go to Take Profit Trader, which is use the link there, and then use code CLAY. So that is a way that you can help support the channel and support the live stream. So that is all I have. We have new record territory, almost a 4-hour stream. But like I said, I'm good. I'm tapped out. But overall, very fun stream, good conversations, couple of bans, but that kind of comes with the territory, I guess, as we grow as a stream. But the 95% of you are fantastic, and yeah, I appreciate it. So, all right, everybody, I will be back tomorrow at the very latest 11 a.m. Eastern time. But take care, everybody, and trade smart the rest of the day. And I'll see you back tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.